folks, we can please take our seats. We'll start in a quick moment. Howdy, y'all. Good evening, and welcome to the 6th Annual Entrepreneurship and Business Academy Pitch Night. My name is Ian Jones, and I will be your student co-host for the evening. This event is the culmination of a year's worth of work for our entrepreneurship and innovation students within their Incubator EDU and Design for Entrepreneur courses. Tonight, you will hear from 7 teams who will pitch their business ideas to our panelists, who will then decide the merits of their idea. Teams may receive all the funding they are asking for, or they could receive more or less, depending on what the judges think. Tonight, the judges have a total of $25,000 to provide to the top teams. Yeah, let's hear it. Come on, that's incredible. Prior to the start of this event, there were 13 additional Incubator EDU teams who participated in a preliminary pitch competition. These teams have developed a commercial pitch videos, which have showcased their business idea and the lessons they learned throughout Incubator EDU. The video commercials will be shown during the judges' deliberations after the pitch later this evening. I would first like to introduce you to Mr. Bruce Thompson. Mr. Thompson has been involved with Pitch Night from the very start and is tonight's benefactor for the funding provided to the teams. Mr. Thompson, the quintessential entrepreneur, has built, owned, and operated over a dozen different highly successful companies in various industries, including travel, retail, transportation, food and beverage, timeshare, hotel, and commercial real estate. As Thompson has expanded his ventures into hotels and restaurants, he eventually founded what is known today as Gold Key PHR. Today, the company operates a variety of hotels, restaurants, multifamily, and commercial real estate, and has become a key developer within the coastal Virginia area. Mr. Thompson credits his success to the encouragement and support he has received from his role models and mentors, particularly at a young age. He strives to do the same for the inspiring entrepreneurs of the future. We are so excited to have Mr. Thompson, a true local entrepreneur, involved with our program. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Thompson to the stage. You can talk.
Okay. This on? Okay, there you go. Well, welcome, and it's an absolute 110% pleasure to be back here for the 6th year to watch these young entrepreneurs bring their ideas forward, get them funded, and then be able to watch them move through their junior and senior year, get the product, proof of concept, get it to market, and then feel the success. I was fortunate at a young age. I left home when I was 17 years old, and I found that every time I worked hard and every time I had a good idea and every time I kept moving, trying to move forward with different opportunities that were presented to me, someone recognized it, someone helped me, and it was that helping hand and that funding and the support that I got at a very young age that allowed me to accomplish the things that I've been able to accomplish in my career. So this is where it all begins, right here at Pitch Night, for these young students that have a great idea. Tonight, some will get funded, and just like in my experience and just like real life, some will be told that they need to go back to the drawing board and rework their program and come back again. It doesn't mean it's over, but sometimes you just have to make a little change in a plan. You're not always going to get yes. So without any further ado, let's get this program started. It's great to be back here at Kempsville High School.
The judges that will be joining Mr. Thompson tonight are Morgan Davis, Gilbert Bland, Michael Burt, and Drew Ungavarski. Please take a look at this video introducing our fantastic panelists for the evening.
Good evening, Kempsville community. The Sharks are back to hear your ideas at Kempsville High School. Hopeful students dream of a chance to make their inventions a reality in hopes of product distribution. Born in Norfolk and raised in Virginia Beach, Bruce Thompson's career began at age 8, catching and selling blue crabs for 60 cents per dozen. selling Christmas cards, and writing 2 paper routes to earn spending money. Mr. Thompson left home at the age of 17 and did not attend college. He worked on a hog farm and in his late teens began organizing national concerts and foosball tournaments. Mr. Thompson, the quintessential entrepreneur, has built, owned, and operated over a dozen highly successful companies in various industries, including travel, retail, transportation, food and beverage, timeshare, hotel, and commercial real estate. In fact, the travel company he founded became the largest ski operator on the East Coast and has evolved into a full-service, wholesale, and retail tour and motor coach company. As Thompson expanded the travel company into hotels and restaurants, it became what is known today as Gold Key PHR. Gilbert T. Bland is a business and civic leader. Mr. Bland has been an owner and operator of restaurants for over 30 years as a franchisee of Burger King, Pizza Hut, and Mrs. Fields Cookies. In this capacity, he has owned, constructed, and operated over 70 restaurants in Virginia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Washington, D.C., and employed over 2,000 team members annually. During this tenure, Mr. Bland was amongst the nation's largest African-American franchisees. Mr. Bland began his career as a commercial lending officer for the Continental Bank of Chicago and served as a vice president for the Independence Bank of Chicago. J. Morgan Davis recently retired as president and chief executive officer of Town Bank. A founding employee and director, Morgan oversees the company's growth and profitability. Davis is a 1972 graduate of Old Dominion University with a bachelor's in science in business administration. Prior to the formation of Town Bank in 1999, Morgan served as the founding president and CEO of Princess Anne Commercial Bank and held this position for 13 years. In 2017, he was honored to be named the first citizen of Virginia Beach. He has served on the boards of numerous organizations during his 40-year-plus career, most recently with Goodwill Industries of Central and Coastal Virginia and the Ziders American Dream Theater. To help a variety of charities over the past 20 years, he has served as the Master of Ceremonies for many community events. Morgan has also been awarded the Physicians for Peace President's Award in recognition for his extensive volunteer efforts and commitment to the group. Drew is the co-founder and CEO of Assembly, an iconic building campus for creators and technology innovators in downtown Norfolk, Virginia. He's also the founder and CEO of Grow, a digital experience agency for the world's leading brands, including Google, Adidas, Lululemon, and Diageo. Drew and his companies have been recognized by the New York Times, Fast Company Incorporated, Entrepreneur, Ad Age, and more. He is a graduate of Old Dominion University, where he's recognized in the university's Entrepreneurial Hall of Fame. Drew is an active community advocate and civic leader in Norfolk, having helped lead the development of transformative projects including Selden Market, Vibrant Spaces, Enjoy, and the Elizabeth River Trail Foundation. Michael founded Promethean in 2005. Since 2014, Michael has lived in the U.S. and is based in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Before founding Promethean, Michael was head of private equity at Collins Stewart. Prior to Collins Stewart, he was the investment director at Ellerman Investments, a prominent UK family office. During this period, he was a part of a team of 4 investment professionals responsible for managing a portfolio of 12 private companies worth a total enterprise value of over £2 billion. Michael started his career at Dresdner Kleinworth Benson, first in their acquisition finance business, then laterally at the private equity group. Michael currently serves as the non-executive director on several portfolio company boards, including Putt-Shack, State of Play, Cambria Automobiles, Produce Investments, Mother Club, and Go Ape USA. Does your team have what it takes to impress our panel of entrepreneurs in hopes to receive funding for your business? Stay tuned for the following presentations.
I think it's about time we get these judges on stage. What y'all think? All right? Come on, let's hear it for them. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Morgan Davis, Gilbert Bland, Michael Burt, and Drew Ungavarski. I would like to thank all of our judges for being with us this evening, and our teams are extremely excited to showcase the EBA's entrepreneurial spirit. We will now begin the on-stage pitches. Pay close attention, because there will be a chance for you to vote for your favorite team at the end of the night during the audience choice portion. First up this evening will be students Madeline DeLawrence, Jordan Stewart, Annika Nicolaisis, and Liam Innes. Please welcome Team Patch and Play.
This is WNBA first overall draft pick, Caitlin Clark. She's about to begin the women's national championship game against undefeated South Carolina. For most of the game, Clark dominated, having 30 points, 5 assists, and 8 rebounds. But towards the end of the game, something drastic changed. Clark fell apart, having 1 turnover, missing all 3 of her shots, and having 3 fouls. This is what happens to athletes at the end of their games when they lose energy.
According to research, athletes are poor at servicing their energy replenishment needs and should take a vitamin to reach those needs. Hi, I'm Maddie.
I'm Annika.
I'm Jordan.
And I'm Liam, and we are
Team Patch and Play. Patch and Play strives to market an adhesive transdermal vitamin patch that stimulates the production of energy for athletes ages 16 to 13. We also target pregame use and advise our athletes to use the patch for 2 to 3 days. Meet Emmy. Emmy is a 16-year-old cross-country runner who has a big race on Saturday. She makes sure to apply her Patch and Play patch on Friday to give time for the vitamins to enter her bloodstream. By doing this, Emmy will be better prepared and charged up for her long activity. In September and October was our ideation stage where we came up with the idea of Patch and Play. In November was our prototype research where we found the ingredients we wanted to use, following into December and January where we created our first prototype, finding the structure of our patch and where the ingredients were going to be placed. In February and March was our manufacturing research where we came in contact with the manufacturer we are currently using today. And lastly, in April, after discussing with our manufacturer, we decided to shift from creating a patch to marketing a manufactured patch. So to go a little bit more in depth about the transdermal delivery process, our manufacturer quotes that these patches are specifically designed to efficiently absorb the pressure-sensitive adhesive into the skin. It will then take the ingredients in that adhesive and release them into the bloodstream over a period of several hours. This causes the long-lasting effect.
So, why a patch? Well, a patch may reduce the frequency of administration. 40% of adults have difficulty swallowing pills. Several pills per day can equal up to 1 patch. It is also non-disruptive and efficient. And lastly, it has a slow release, meaning that it is non-jittery when in use.
Our main competitors are HydroPatch and Thrive. These patches are at higher prices, with one patch being $11 to $12, but they are transdermal like ours. Our indirect competitors are Vitamin Patch and the Good Patch. These patches advertise to be topical patches, meaning they do not reach into the bloodstream, causing it to be at a lower price point.
So for our customer discovery process, we have interviewed 175 people who consisted of athletes and parents of athletes. We collected these interviews at the Virginia Beach Sports Center and other athletic competitions. Now, the first question we asked was, do you have trouble remembering to take your vitamins? And we found this was a very prevalent problem for these athletes. Next, we asked, are you familiar with a transdermal vitamin patch? And only 26% of people said yes. However, once we explained the benefits of a transdermal vitamin patch and compared it to the release system of a nicotine patch, we asked, would you be willing to purchase a transdermal vitamin patch? And this number rose increasingly, almost to 75% of people saying yes.
So this is our patch key ingredients, and we decided to switch from creating a patch to marketing a manufactured patch. That includes yerba mate, green tea extract, green coffee extract, natural caffeine, B1, and the B complex blend adhesive so that it is thin and comfortable for our athletes.
Moving on to regulations, our manufacturer is already FDA registered in manufacturing safe and effective patches, so we do not have to go through any hurdles of getting that FDA approval. Now moving on to our samples. We have received 3 main samples from our manufacturer. Right now, we are only marketing the energy patch. However, we can expand into these other markets in the future. Once you receive your patch, you may apply it to an area of your skin that has little to no hair. You may also feel that the energy patch has a much thinner backing than the other 2 patches. This is ideal for our customers because they will be in activity. We have also consulted with a local corporate and intellectual property attorney on trademarking. We have found that the trademark Patch N has not yet been used, so we can expand into Patch and Snooze or Patch and Focus. This will bring our product into a brand. Now moving on to our sales strategy. Right now we are only marketing a 1-week supply, which will be 4 patches in 1 package. But we look forward to selling a month supply, a 6-month supply, and of course, monthly subscriptions for our customers. Now into Liam with our cost of goods sold.
So moving on to the cost of goods sold, it is going to cost us $1.08 to manufacture 4 patches, along with an additional 40 cents for the packaging. We will then be selling for $20, giving us an astonishing 92.6% gross margin percentage. Now moving on to the startup costs. Between our marketing, storage, website development, and startup administrative costs, all of this adds up to just under $1,200. Now moving on to Maddie for marketing tactics.
So for our marketing tactics, we know our market better than anybody else because we are our market. We know that our targeted audience loves to be hype, have energy, and it's a large competitive market. That's why we will be doing in-person sales at sports events like track meets and soccer games to get a connection with our future customers and gain better feedback. We will then use the money we make from these events and use it to further develop our website and online marketing, like partnering with sports brands or sports influencers. We gave athletes the opportunity to try samples of our patch, and it was nothing but positive feedback. These testimonials show that not only do we believe in our patch, but other athletes are interested as well. As our marketing increases, we predict that we will double the amount of units we sell each year of our business. Additionally, our year 1 revenue projection is around $9,000.
As athletes, we work hard, play hard, leave it all in the field, and go big or go home. So we are proudly asking for $13,000 in funding, which will be covering our marketing costs, our insurance fees, our manufacturing expenses, our startup costs, and our lawyer fees. Now moving on to Liam with our break-even point.
So because we are asking for $13,000, because we make $18.51 per unit, and because we will be earmarking the first $1,000 worth of sales back into our marketing, it will take us 756 packages to break even, which we project will be the 3rd quarter of our 2nd year.
So, why should you join our winning team? Well, Patch and Play is setting up for success by having the opportunity to expand into multiple markets and propel cash flow back into our business.
So judges, you're going to be hearing a lot of good ideas tonight from other aspiring entrepreneurs, but no one is going to be pitching to you as the target market with the profit margins to propel cash flow back into their business as quickly as we can. And with the passion and energy student athletes like us can bring into any situation. You as investors have the unique opportunity to help us revolutionize the way athletes energize and perform. We are not just selling a product, but we are accelerating a movement toward peak performance and enhanced well-being. We are ready now.
So join Team Patch and Play
And charge up.
Well, that was very well presented. You did
Thank you.
an excellent job in bringing the product forward. So basically, would you consider yourself to be a marketing company? Is that?
Yes, basically that is our main goal.
So you're a marketing company, you have a product, you're going to label it Patch and Play. What is to stop your manufacturer from just going and knocking off what you're doing once they see it works and have it really just take off and go with somebody else?
Yeah. So right now our manufacturer is primarily selling to only medical brands. So we are the only brand that is going to be bringing this mainstream to athletes. However, we also, while consulting with that lawyer, are working on proprietary deals.
Under the trademark name?
Yes.
But there's no proprietary on the patch itself?
Yes, we're going to work with a lawyer on that to make sure it will be.
Well, they've already got the patch though, right?
Who?
Your manufacturer?
Yes. It's their solution that we are white labeling.
So you can't, that's not proprietary to you?
No, it would be our name.
Okay.
Yes?
Just in terms of regulatory, and I understand the ingredients and they seem to be fairly safe and innocuous, but would you need approval from Virginia High School League or NCAA? I mean, would they engage in any type of regulation or oversight?
We haven't looked into that. However, it is going to be a very natural substance that we will be marketing. So if they would have any problems with that, they haven't come forth with anything. And we will test that in our market once once we test market.
And all of the ingredients that we have in our patch, none of them are banned by any of the high school leagues or collegiate.
In your cost, you identified you needed $13,000.
Yes, sir.
One of them was a lawyer, $200. I'd like to have the name of that lawyer.
So it is my mother. She does, she's a partner in Anchor Legal.
That's pretty good. You identified 4 major competitors,
Yes.
and you did an interview with people at Sportsplex. So you looked at your your target market, and they've said they like it. But your price point strikes me as interesting. Did you talk price when you did those interviews?
Back then when we did the interviews, we did not have a certain price marked down yet, so we did not tag price with them, but our patch is marketed as really $5 a patch, whereas our competitors are 11
or
to $12.
And why is that?
Through our manufacturer. So the other competitors have a lot more built into their patch and a lot more menthol in their patch, and ours is still transdermal, but keeping it as minimal cost as possible.
Did you say menthol?
Yes.
Yes. Lots of patches have menthol in it because menthol helps certain vitamins get into your bloodstream that aren't as well able to get into your bloodstream
Yeah, it helps
without
the
menthol.
breakdown.
And the reason you do not have menthol is?
We have a very small amount in our patch, so that cuts the cost a lot, and as I said, it's the least amount as possible.
Can I hear more about your marketing and your branding? In particular, so you have a $700 marketing budget, but as Bruce rightly pointed out, you're effectively a marketing firm for a pre-made product. Can you tell me more about how you would scale beyond the one-to-one marketing you're doing at events?
So once we gain the feedback and the customer loyalty, we, since we are only asking for $700 right now, we will be using the first $1,000 of our sales to bring back into marketing to further help. We will want to gain more professional help with our marketing.
And what are you thinking about in terms of your core strategies for marketing now?
So we really want to partner with sports influencers to get our name out there. And obviously we would want the help of professional advertising and marketing strategists to help us get our name out there.
But definitely stay far away from like doing like Instagram ads and stuff because those, I mean, honestly, if I see an Instagram ad, I'm scrolling right past it every time.
So it's primarily direct to consumers where you're going to end up
As
being
right
in the
now,
future?
yes. However, we will develop a website and have that as our main source of getting our product out there.
What sort of businesses have you looked at as inspiration for this?
I mean, honestly, we came up with the idea ourselves pretty early on. We originally wanted to do like a cooling patch, but we quickly figured out how difficult that is to do, and then pivoted towards like electrolyte patch. Found out that was impossible to do, and then we realized that if we use certain vitamins and stuff like that, we could still boost electrolytes. So that's how we got to that point.
So as a father of children who played sports, I could see why they would be excited about this. But in terms of how it works, I mean, it's a gradual release, or, I mean, how does it sustain itself through an hour or 2 hours of
Yeah.
activity?
So when people hear energy, they initially think a boost of energy or a jolt. It is not like that. It's going to be a slow release into your system, and once those nutrients reach your bloodstream, it will circulate throughout your body. So that just helps the long-lasting effect, and we advise only for 2 to 3 days wear, so you can keep on gaining that new amount.
Can I ask one more question about your branding? Do you have the opportunity to actually brand on the patches
We do,
instead of
we do.
just your packaging? Is that
It
in your
is
cost?
an additional cost,
is, yeah.
so we have not added that in as of right now. However, it can be talked to with our manufacturer.
I think that would be excellent.
Yeah, and we've also
I think that would be, if you can get it out there, I think that would be one of your best
yeah.
marketing opportunities.
We can,
is
we
that-
can do that, and then we could also, for like different colleges or high schools, we could put like their logo on there, stuff like that. You can make a lot of money doing that.
Well, if you're selling someone
sponsorships.
else's product, your unique differentiator is your brand, and so
Mm-hmm.
you've got to lean heavily into that.
Yeah, our packaging will have our company on it, of course, but right now the product is not based on
We
those
haven't
numbers.
we just haven't done the financials for that because we're trying to keep it as low as possible.
So you're going to be driving sales through point of purchase. Do you have any point of purchase material? Have you allocated anything for posters or pop-up displays or things that would attract people to what you're doing when you're at the sportsplex
Yeah.
or you're at.
So as of right
various
now, we
places.
don't have those materials, but that is what that $700 will help us receive.
But have you actually costed out all that, or are you just pulling something from thin air and saying $700 and I'm going to get these things?
Well, based on what we've done so far with like posters and stuff like that, we found that obviously it is pretty cheap to get a piece of poster paper. We did allocate, I think it was $200 for stuff like that.
And a lot of the stuff we can do at the academy here, so we haven't done a lot of funds for this.
We didn't think we would need more than that 200 because the academy is so helpful with that.
My initial sort of thought is you're spending a lot of money to get organized and to get yourself ready to go to market, but maybe not as much as possibly you could from the marketing side to actually communicate. I used to say to people that work for me, it's like winking at a girl in the dark. You know what you're doing, but nobody else does.
Yeah. Well, we can definitely take that into consideration and shift our costs and our funding around.
Have you looked at who funded the competitors and who owns them and the sort of budgets they have?
We have looked at that a little bit for Hydra Patch. We actually did get an order for them early on. I think it was in January. Me and Annika both tried them on, wore it in the shower and stuff like that to see how those work.
It was very heavily scented with the menthol.
Yeah,
and
that's for
it
sure.
only
Almost
came-
like you could like feel it when you put it on.
And after an order of $35, we only got 3 patches.
Did you speak to coaches? Did they have the same level of enthusiasm?
Yeah, they were definitely enthusiastic about that. They didn't really, the only, I guess, concerns they had would be, does it like hurt? Are there any risks? And honestly, there's no risk. You may have some skin sensitivity, but that comes with, any product you're putting on your skin. So that's just to the personal user. However, everything else is, why wouldn't you? It's just gonna give you that extra step to be better than your competition.
Do you have a medical advisor? I know you said you don't have to get FDA approval, but do you have a medical advisor who would actually tell people this is safe?
Yeah, we've
beyond just
talked to
saying-
dietitians and pharmacists that the academy has contacts with, so we could definitely get that.
Shelf life, how long?
So we do not have a direct quote from our manufacturer on the shelf life. However, products like this last from, they don't really expire, it just, the potency might decrease a little bit
And the adhesive will stop working as well.
over around 2 years. But if it's such a low shelf life, it just gives us that incentive to keep on handing out samples and get our word out there and get our product in people's hands.
Well, I think you all have done an incredibly good job making the presentation. I'm impressed with the product, and thank you for your presentation.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
guys so much.
Thank
Have
you
a
all
good
very
rest
much.
of your night.
Let's give a thank you to Team Patch and Play once again. They did a fantastic job. Yeah, let's hear it one more time. Just one more time. Let's go. If you like their business idea, be sure to vote for them during the audience choice portion of the night later this evening. Next up will be students Amaya Hamill, Yasmin Marsden, Chloe Hoffman, and Amira West. Please welcome Team Sheet Class.
Guys, where's Amira? I'm so sorry, judges. I'm not sure where other member is. Maya, do you know where Amira is? Amira, hurry up. What are you doing?
I'm so sorry, guys. Can you please help me put on this bracelet, though, Maya?
No, we don't have time.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Maya. Whatever.
As you can see, applying your jewelry can be an extremely daunting task. We found that over 58 million people in North America struggle with hand mobility issues. Here at She Class, we strive to alleviate one of those struggles with our device.
I'm Amaya.
I'm Amira.
I'm Chloe.
I'm Yasmin.
And we're She Class.
Here's the issue at hand.
Have you or a loved one ever struggled to class your jewelry? Is it too time consuming? Well, actually, let's test that out right now. And please give us one moment while we hand them out to every judge. And just imagine you're getting rushed out of the house. Your time starts now. We are approaching the 10-second mark. There's no rush at all, of course. You gotta take your time. It's okay.
Time is ticking, though.
And if you guys give up, I mean, we understand that too, so.
Relatable.
Okay. So do you guys give up? So with She Class, you would not have this problem. We provide the perfect solution for you. We provide accessibility and fashion for your very needs. Which is why our target audience is the Arthritis Foundation and older women that are 45 years of age and older.
More people that would be interested in buying our product could be people with longer nails, people in a rush, and people with larger hands that just can't clasp their jewelry themselves.
On to our future customers. So, through data analysis, we have found that we are able to reach multiple age groups with our product who are already interested in buying it.
Over the course, we conveyed over 120 interviews. Majority of our responses were from women. One of our interview questions is, would you consider buying a compact tool to make this struggle easier? We got 98% from yes. This helps us understand that people would buy our product to help them solve this issue themselves.
So, in order to combat this issue, we created a device that helps you effectively and efficiently put on your jewelry.
So next we're going to get into our prototyping journey. So first we started with just a digital sketch, just so we could all kind of get our ideas in order and get all on the same page. Next I coded an online demo video so we could start sharing on social media and get more word of mouth. Next we had our first ever in-person prototype made out of paper straws, key rings, springs, things like that. And now we have our final prototype that we are working with Jing Sourcing to get manufactured.
So we're going to do a quick demo of how our product actually works. All you have to do is use the alligator clip to open the lobster clasp, place the ring onto your middle finger, wrap the bracelet around your wrist, place it right onto the hook, close your fingers, open the clip, and your bracelet is on. Easy as that.
So as you can see from our original video, it took 50.2 seconds versus She Class only taking 13 seconds or even less. Now onto our competitors. First we have the Bracelet Buddy, which is easy to use with practice, but it didn't work with necklaces. Then the Changwana, it was a good idea, but it wouldn't help people with hand dexterity. And last is the Medca bracelet, which was very big and bulky and just not compactable. As you should know, we bought and tested all of our competitors.
This is how She Class compares to our competitors on a chart. As you can see, She Class marks the board for portability, accessibility, and ratings. And of course, right now we may not have ratings, but we have many people that have expressed interest in our product and many pre-orders as well.
So how are we different? Not only do we help you class your jewelry significantly easier than our competitors, but we also have the heart. Many of us have personal experiences firsthand with people who struggle to class their jewelry. We plan to utilize not just social online storefronts, but also local venues and pop-ups to connect with our audience.
And this is our revenue projection. We predict positive growth throughout our first year of selling units of She Class. And as you see, in our second month, fourth month, and the 12th month of selling She Class, we project that we will have influxes of sales. And if this goes as planned, we will have a total units sold of 715 units, giving us a total revenue of $7,858. Next up is our cost of goods, all the way from our bubble mailers, mesh bags, to our labor costs. Our labor cost is $1.40, and this is because it takes 7 minutes to create one singular unit of She Class at the minimum wage of $12 an hour, which makes our total cost of goods per unit $5.20. But this is because we're purchasing from Amazon.
If we were to purchase off of Alibaba in bulk, our total cost of goods per unit can go down to $3.25.
Our gross margin can go to $7.74, and our gross profit would be 70.43%.
So next up to our startup costs. So first we just needed a provisional patent and an LLC filing, which will come to a total of $220. Next, for our developmental costs, minus advertising of course, we would only need $79 per month to create an online website on Shopify to sell SheClasp.
We predict that we will break even in our second year of the third month. We took our final ask and divided it by our profit to get 905 units.
And lastly is our final ask. So in order to cover our administrative, startup, manufacturing costs, and things under that umbrella, we are asking for $7,000.
We strive to make sure older women feel comfortable and confident in their own skin by helping them put on their jewelry. So bring yourself, your wallets, and your jewelry, of course, and be easily jeweled with SheClasp. Thank you.
Very, very well presented. My first question is, who made the prototype? How did you all, I mean, it's pretty ingenious, really.
Right. So actually, I did make the first prototype. If you want, I can show you a little bit more in depth. As you can see, so we first wanted to make sure that we could open the lobster class for people, because that's usually the hardest struggle, which is why we chose the alligator clip, so we could open it for them. And then the hook is really just for stability, so when you wrap it around your hand, you don't lose your grip of it. And then we have also a mechanism where you can push it closer together, so it's easier to clasp for you.
And have you given this to a manufacturer or someone to say, we want to now
Yes.
make
So we're
1,000
talking
of
to
these?
Jing Sourcing right now, and they are trying to give us some prices on for molds for our prototype.
Okay, and the only other comment that I'd have is with respect to your labor cost. That is your labor cost as long as you have enough volume for someone to stay busy. And between, it's really not just that time that it takes to put it together. It's, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Or give me the next one. Let's talk.
Right.
But I think it's really impressive that you all were able to.
Thank you
come
so
up with
much.
the
We
idea and put it
appreciate
together
that.
like
Thank you.
I noticed that all of your competitors online, the reviews were 1 star.
Yes.
Every one of them.
Right.
Strikes me as that people are disappointed in the promise of being able to deliver, but you're confident that if you were doing this, you'd have 3 or 4 or 5 stars.
Yes, we are very confident that we will have 3, 4, or 5 stars. Definitely 4 stars, and definitely we want to have 5 stars, definitely.
So I think we had the ritual humiliation of trying to put jewelry on ourselves. I'd like now to try the product and see whether it actually helps me put something on my wrist.
Yeah, for sure. Would you like to do that right now?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
right
perfect.
Is it also for a necklace? Is it just bracelets?
You can also do necklaces as well. All you have to do is flip the necklace clasp around to make sure it faces the front of your neck, have the SheClasp on your hand, and all you're going to do is end up doing the same thing. You would do the same with the bracelet.
Michael, do you want to stand right in the middle of the stage and?
So you can.
I mean, you can be front stage and center.
Right, and so
Okay.
you place it on your finger.
Which one? My finger's going to
Very
be
brave.
fat.
We do have different sizes.
You do have
yes.
different sizes.
So when you are ordering the product, we plan to have different sizes. We have created different ones. You take your other hand right here and,
Can't get those fat fingers in there, can you, Mike?
and let this go. Right there. You take it off the hook.
Takes off the-
And
It's actually really easy. Very impressive. Very impressive. Well, you can take it off. I can't even take it off myself.
Now you can't get it off.
Very impressive.
You know,
Thank you for trying it for us.
That's a good question. Can you take it off as easily as you can put it on?
Maybe it's another product, Bruce.
See?
You know,
Ideation.
You know, I'll tell you what. If you were to take that on to QVC, I could just see it right now. You all putting on that demonstration.
That's a great idea.
Would you just share a little bit about how you will source out your clients and the sales approach?
All right. So can you repeat your question for me, please? I'm sorry.
How you will identify your buyers?
So how we will identify our buyers is what we have did. We have did surveys in the past as to who does struggle with this problem more, which is why our target audience now is the Arthritis Foundation and older women, because people that do struggle with arthritis or with hand mobility issues are the people that have struggled with our issue more, while people that are rushing in the morning or that can't class their jewelry, they do still struggle with the issue, but it's more so the arthritis, people with arthritis, and we found that through carrying out surveys.
Yes, and we had also looked through all of the reviews from the previous competitors and seen the things that they had lacked in their product, and we wanted to implement that into ours so that we could ultimately be the best that we can be. And we've also had various pre-orders. Even just tonight, we have had people lining up to pre-order our products. So we've definitely gained a lot of analysis from that and data so that we are able to make the best product that we can and get the best profit.
So this is your prototype, and
Yes,
your prototype's really amazing.
Thank
The
you.
prices you shared, are those for the same materials and the same manufacturing method, or is this actually an evolved
Right.
shippable version?
So at first, we had started creating our prototype with Amazon because we do not currently have the funds to really create the product the best that it can be currently. So the second one that we had shown was the one in bulk. That one was one that we wanted to get a profit margin of around 70% so that we could get the price of actually making the product down to $3. Yes.
And what have you heard about manufacturing costs on designing a fabricatable product?
Definitely that it is expensive. So we are for sure hoping to get funded tonight. We are looking to do more research on getting this manufactured, but we want to work with different metal designers and things like that, and different occupational therapists so that we can figure out how this can be the best for the people that we are targeting to help.
And did you try any other, like 3D printing, for example, as a prototyping method or a potential like beta product version?
Yeah, so we have definitely, that has been in our minds, but we are not well versed in doing 3D printing, so we want to reach out to people that are at, per se, TCC, things like that, because we do have connections with them. They would be much more well versed in that digital rendering.
We also want to make sure that our product is as durable as possible.
Right.
I'll be your first customer. My wife's had, I spent hours getting her stuff. So.
Thank you, yeah. We got you.
You know, I'd like to make one other comment. I think you're really onto something with the occupational therapist too, because I know from some personal experiences I have with people that have difficulty doing things like that, that would be a great help. Well, what a great presentation. Very well done.
So much.
And I think a very, very, very good idea. And I'm super impressed that you all were able to make your own prototype.
We really appreciate you.
Thank you, Team She Class. Let's give them one more round of applause, y'all. They did incredible. If you like their business idea, be sure to vote for them during the audience choice portion of the night later this evening. Next up will be students Tian Tran, Elijah McDaniel, Jadis Flott, Andrew Ashbury, and Addison Rudd. Please welcome Team True Heat.
Hey, Jadis, you coming to our game tonight?
Nah, bro, it's too cold outside.
Hey, Addie, you coming to our game tonight?
No, it's supposed to be like 30 degrees. I'm not coming.
What about you, Tian?
Hey, man, you know I'd be there. I'm not worried about the cold. It's because I've got
True Heat. I'm Andrew. I'm Elijah.
I'm Tian.
I'm Addie.
And I'm Jadis.
And we are
True Heat.
Every year, millions of sports fans struggle with freezing cold temperatures while trying to watch their favorite sports game. We, True Heat, are dedicated to solving this problem. According to the New York Times, last year during the Kansas City Chiefs Dolphins game, over 10 fans needed an amputation after the game due to the extremely cold temperatures, and 60 other fans had to go to the hospital for frostbite.
So the problems we're going to be solving is cold hands, poor focus, and frostbite. Our solution to that is a rechargeable hand warming pouch. It will be able to easily buckle around your waist. You put your hands in, and with the press of a button, your hands are heated. Battery is not included. You can use your own portable phone charger for it. You can stick it in your pocket or the pouch or the pocket that we have in the hand warmer.
And here with our competitors, we have Okupa, Nike hand warmer, and Sharper Image. Although there are 2 other competitors, they do not compare to Sharper Image. Sharper Image's aspects outleague Okupa and Nike hand warmer by being water resistant. It has good heat spreading, it has much better comfortability, and it's also convenient when you buckle around your waist. But the difference is that they do not compare to True Heat in price-wise, where they sell for $180, which is very expensive and unaffordable for most. But with True Heat, we provide the same high quality and sell for a cheaper, affordable cost price for our potential consumers.
And now we have our interview section. We had 113 total interviews, and 70 of them being through a Google form, and 60 of them being in person. For our first question, it was, do you find yourself having cold hands while doing activities? And 88% of people say yes. Our next one is, would you purchase a rechargeable hand warmer that goes around your waist? And 87% of people say yes or maybe. Our last question was, how often do you find yourself outside during the colder season? And 91% of people said all the time or very, very often. And then we have our market sizing. For our starting figure, we have 164,200,000 people. And we did our first assumption of 15% based off of all the NFL ticket games that are sold during the colder seasons, hunting tournaments that happen, and photography shoots that happen during the colder season. And we got to 24,630,000 people.
And here onto our cost of goods sold. These are the materials we use to make True Heat. Starting off, we have the heat pad in the inside, roughly $10. We have the polyester outer, which keeps True Heat waterproof, which is about $2.30, $1.50 for the buckle strap to strap around your waist, and $2 for labor to make True Heat, which adds up to the total of $15.81. The retail price per unit is about roughly $66, and our equal price margin for that per unit is $50. So that comes out to the gross profit percentage of 76.
All right, for our revenue projections, we're expecting high sales at the beginning of the year during those first cold winter months, then for it to go down a little bit during those warm summer months, then for it to go back up at the end of the year when it starts to get cold again. We're expecting to sell a total of 370 units, coming out to around a total of $24,000.
Next are our startup costs. We have our administrative costs, which will be our business license for $100. And then we have our development costs, which totals to roughly $16. And then we have our startup inventory, which we are planning to sell 370 units. And that totals to roughly $5,900. And then we have our marketing costs, which are currently free. And that totals to roughly $6,000. So for our marketing plan, we plan to focus on a lot of in-person marketing, such as at our school football games, as well as sporting goods stores. We also plan to utilize Instagram and communicate with parenting groups.
And that concludes us to our final ask being $6,000. So let me leave you with this thought. Here at True Heat, we're not just warming hands, we're igniting opportunities. And with our product, you can have warm hands anytime or anywhere.
So help us fight the freeze with
True Heat. Thank you.
Any questions?
That is a great presentation. I mean, really, really well presented again. I'm super impressed with all the student presentations. Just been fantastic. I will say, for the benefit of the audience and for you all, that when we look at these tremendous margins, I'll tell you, if these margins ever came true, it's phenomenal. But there's a lot of other costs, as everybody knows. What we're trying to do that's going to eat into that margin, as you get labor, as you get rent, as you get all other operating costs. Right now, what we're doing, and this is for the judges and for the audience as well, is showing proof of concept, to give you an idea, to let you take it to the market, and let's see if it's accepted as well as you think. And if people will pay $100, or in the Nike instance, would you say it was $129? Yeah.
Sharper Image was $180.
180, right. I mean, there's something different between what you're doing and what they're doing, or they'd be selling it for less. But the idea is great, and what you're asking and what we're considering is funding you so you can go out and put it to market and see if the proof of concept works, if it's viable. And so I just wanted to make that clarification for a lot of folks that are here. Because if you can bring these type of margins in, I'm in. Forget this. We're not going to do this. We're just going to come over to my house and we're going to work out a deal.
To follow on Bruce's comments, I think you showed that Nike was $30-some and you're $60-some. Tell me why I'm going to spend twice as much for yours as opposed to Nike, a brand that everybody knows.
So with the Nike hand warmer, there's no electric rechargeable aspect to it. You got to get those hot hands that you shake up, and then you can put those in the hand warmer to keep it hot. With ours, it's rechargeable.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like you buy and then you have to keep buying more stuff for it.
So I like your product and the notion of selling to schools, but what school is going to allow you to just come in and sell at a game without royalties being paid or some other kind of cost?
Well, we plan on selling it just at our school, like not necessarily selling it, but just kind of getting it out there and seeing more about people buying it, because we are still finalizing our prototype, and once we get there, we're definitely going to start trying to like pay for bigger places to advertise it for and sell it.
But if I have an event and I'm the reason for the event, to allow you to sell at that event, I'm going to want a piece of the action.
Well, yeah, but we're just going to be advertising at our school for now and
Okay.
selling it in other ways, but
Okay.
it's mainly just for advertising.
I follow you.
Have you tested, you're using a phone to recharge in the case here, what it does to the battery life of the phone? Is it, does your phone not work at the end of the game?
So it's a portable charger.
Oh, it's a portable charger.
Portable charger. The one you usually charge your phone with.
Oh, okay.
So you can just use one of those.
Is there any sort of patents or intellectual property you think you can get around the use of the portable charger for the heating element?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question, please? Could you repeat the question, please?
Sorry, is there any kind of patent protection you can get around the product?
So as of right now, so there's not very many other ideas on the market. So we're thinking about patenting it, but there's also, like we already said, the sharper image and the ways that Nike already has the hand warming pouch, that it's just just a question for us right now.
And have you looked at chargeable gloves as a competitive market too, and what the costs are in comparison?
Yeah, so right now wait, can you repeat the question, please?
I think people also make the same product as a warmable glove. Is that right or no?
So through most of our research, we haven't found no rechargeable gloves per se, like that you just throw in your hands. But through the future, we want to make better designs of this, and we want to keep expanding. So that might be something we work on in the future, and we might innovate that.
And what have you thought about in terms of marketing beyond your initial sort of one-to-one sales strategy?
Our marketing strategy?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so we plan to do just, sorry, there was like a ringing. But my mic turned off, I think.
So right now, we're basically going off of all the Instagram reels, because a lot of small businesses had got their start off of social media and a lot of word to mouth. So with us starting at our Kempsville games and all the people that they may know and other schools coming from there, we could get it out to all the different schools, and hopefully we could get in contact with those other schools and make it all the way around, hopefully all through Hampton Roads.
Why would I, particularly a student or some of the other young people that you'll be talking to, why wouldn't I just get a hand warmer, the little square that shakes, stick it in my glove, or that's $1 or $2, as opposed to, I can see professional athletes and some of those folks using that, but typically the little shake pack you stick in your ski boot or you stick in your gloves, why wouldn't that be the more viable option for someone like yourselves or some of the places that you're going, as opposed to spending anywhere from $60 to $100?
So every time you want to get one of those heat packets, you got to buy it every time you want one. So that's draining money out of your wallet. With True Heat, just buy it once, and then you got warm hands forever.
Yeah, and I was also reading reviews on like the hot hands and things, and a lot of people said that they didn't last very long, or that like they kind of fell apart in their pockets, and they also felt it was kind of like inconvenient to kind of have to like have it in your pockets and like hold it, sort of, if that makes sense.
And how long does a typical portable charger charge the heating pad?
So some of the ones that we've been looking into, it lasts up to 10 hours on the low mode, and then on the high mode, it can last up to 4 hours, which is the length of a high school football game. So it will most definitely last where we're mainly advertising it at, but even if you want to turn it down because it's too hot or turn it up because it's too cold inside your hands, it still lasts no matter what.
I think that you have some challenges when you think of someone like Nike out there at a better price point. I mean, you're going to have to really somehow or another be able to communicate the value, why you would be better than a brand like Nike. How can you communicate that? You can tell us sitting here in this meeting today why this is going to be a better, but for the consumer, the guy that's just out there today with cold hands, how is he going to know that? How would you communicate that?
Well, right now, at least I know for Nike has been definitely getting a lot of hate for not being as innovative. So with us bringing innovation to the table and us almost costing the same exact price as this plus the hand warmers, it's just a perfect time to attack that.
Okay. Well, that was a great presentation once again, and it's a great idea, and I'm glad to see you all are moving through. I love your prototype. Your prototype is great. I mean, that gives someone a sense of what the opportunity is. So good job.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you to Team True Heat. Let's give them a round of applause, y'all. There we go. Absolutely. If you like their business idea, be sure to vote for them during the audience choice portion of the night later this evening. Next up will be students Frankie Campos, Jasmine Kalika, Amani Morrison, and Jasmara Azevedo. Please welcome Team Sense It.
Meet Theo. He's my 3-year-old brother and he has sensory processing issues. I've noticed that when he plays with other toys on the market not targeted towards his specific demographic, he easily becomes overstimulated or he's not stimulated enough. When he sees other kids playing with toys that simply just don't stimulate him, I've noticed he feels left out and it breaks my heart.
So imagine this. You're a parent and your child grows frustrated when exposed to new environments. What do? We are Sense It. I'm Frankie, and I'm Chief of Design.
I'm Amani, and I'm Chief of Finances.
I'm Jasmine, and I'm Chief of Operations.
And I'm Jasmara, Chief of Marketing. According to our research, sensory boards have been proven to help kids organize their brain. About 90% of people with autism also experience sensory sensitivity. Developmental delay can be caused by a multitude of things, such as prematurity, medical problems, trauma, but sometimes the cause is simply unknown. Soft textures on sensory boards have been proven to evoke a more relaxed response from a human, and that's why we incorporated it on our board.
The anterior insula is the section of the brain that deals with emotional processing. And autism affects the insula and makes it more difficult to understand your own sensory functions.
Our solution is a themed sensory board that kids can play with to become acclimated to the world around them so they don't become overwhelmed in unfamiliar situations.
We took the initiative to visit FACT in February of this year. FACT is a nonprofit organization that brings children with autism together as well as their families, all while donating to research. It helped us better our age range, know what materials to use, and also created networking. Our number one takeaway from FACT is that social stories are now incorporated on the back of our boards, which sets us apart from our competitors.
Now onto our prototype journey. Throughout this academic year, we have made numerous prototypes of a themed sensory board. We first started off with a wooden framework, and then we moved and transitioned into alternative materials that won't harm our product users. These materials have been tested, and our newest prototype have been proven to be educational, interactive, and engaging.
Here is our current prototype. On the back, it features a social story like Jasmine previously mentioned. A social story is a short story that is low grade level and very basic so that kids can read themselves or their parents can read to them. In this story, it explains to a child what new emotions they will be experiencing and what the new environment around them will feel like. On the front of the board, it features a multitude of different textures that are as realistic as possible and also fun for the kids to play with.
In the future of our business, we hope to expand to new themes, such as doctor's offices, outside environments, and amusement parks. We also plan to make our business a subscription service in order to have recurring sales.
Now on to our service addressable market. After doing some research, we figured out that there are 134 million parents in the US. In order to close in on our market a little bit, we had to do more research and figured out that there are 3 million parents in the US who have children with autism, sensory sensitivities, or sensory processing disorders. And that's not even including the undiagnosed children in the US today.
Our customer segment are parents with children with sensory sensitivities, parents with children aging 4 to 16, and hospitals with pediatric care. We plan to create a relationship with our customers through advertisements on kids apps, a social media platform through Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and parenting connect and support groups. Now, really dialing into what our parents said they wanted in month 1, round 1 surveys, but also what left our competitors' buyers unsatisfied, we learned that parents wanted portability, themes, and textures, which Sense-It has all across the board. Now, talking to doctors was something that the Sense-It team found was absolutely crucial. So we asked them a few questions ranging from what tools do you think would be suitable for a themed sensory board, what do you think the safest space for our board would be, and what do you think stimulates children who have sensory sensitivities? We also asked them what did they think of our idea. 98% of doctors said this was a beneficial product that they were willing to buy.
Not only did we interview doctors, but we also interviewed multiple potential customers. About 60% of these people said that they themselves experienced delayed learning or they knew someone who did. About 53% of these people became overwhelmed in new and unfamiliar environments. Our customers expressed that they really wanted puzzle-like features on our board and educational features.
Now on to our costs. So here is our cost of goods sold. Between our polypropylene plastic and our non-toxic, high-quality laminating vinyl sheets, among other materials that are used on our board, our cost of goods adds up to be $5.95. For pricing, we plan to sell the board retail for $24 at a profit margin of 75%, or $18.05. In the future, we do plan to sell wholesale for $12, which is a 50% profit margin, or $6.05.
Now, judges, if you'll look with me up at the top left, months 11 through 3, we expect to sell 54 boards each month. Moving into months 4 and 5, we expect to sell 70 boards due to the fact that this is when we suggest our parents buy our product in order to give the social stories a head start. Moving into months 6 through 10, we expect to sell 60 boards each month. Yes, the number goes down, but we still continue to keep sales due to sales activity. Moving into months 11 through 12, we expect to sell 90 boards each month due to the fact that this is when Black Friday and holiday sales are. Year 1, our total revenue is $18,000. Year 2, our total revenue is $26,000. And moving into from year 2 to year 3, we have a 50% growth rate with $39,000 as our total revenue. Now, judges, you may be asking yourself, how will we obtain these numbers? Well, we have curated a PDF that allows us to contact 5 pediatric doctors, 3 occupational therapists, and 5 elementary schools each month for our first year of business. We've also set aside multiple valuable contacts in small businesses that we will contact as needed. We'll start in the Hampton Roads and work our way up and down the East Coast as we grow, all while creating a relationship with our community.
Here are our startup costs. Some of our important startup costs include an LLC, a logo trademark, a Shopify website, and our startup inventory, all adding up to be $1,759.
As far as manufacturing goes, we've contacted multiple manufacturers, and we have 2 that are eager and willing to work with us. They have both given us a quote of $10,000, and also the manufacturers are Klugenox and Jing Sourcing, and Jing Sourcing is a sourcing supplier that has manufacturers lined up.
So judges, you may be asking, when will we break even? So at the current moment, our break even is based off of retail because of how we plan to sell retail at the moment and move on to wholesale later on in the future. So our profit per board for retail is $18.05, and with the hopeful investment of $12,000, we should be able to make back that funding ask with 665 boards.
Now, judges, we understand that we have a high final ask of $12,000, but between manufacturing, which we know right now you have a low fidelity product, we'll give you a higher fidelity product with our manufacturer sample, but also with $2,000 with the startup cost Amani previously mentioned. And with ambition in our hearts and a smile on our face, we're proudly asking for this $12,000.
In conclusion, we hope to help children live a stress-free life while experiencing and visiting the world and solving a real-world issue and not a first-world issue. So judges, help us help them learn to admire places that the people of 757 love. So let's
feel it, live it, sense it.
I absolutely feel it, live it, sense it. This is great. It's besides the profitability, the fact that you are thinking on these terms really is impressive and touches me. I know all the people at FACT very well. This Thursday night, they're having their big annual, Saturday night, they're having their big annual fundraiser. Have you met with Mrs. Slippo? She was the original
No,
person.
we did not meet with her. We met with the other general manager, but we were also invited to their gala, but we decided that we wanted to focus on Pitch Night, but we're still in close relations with them.
Yeah, I think that they will be an incredible source for us. We built the Camp Grom camp for kids with disabilities. And in fact, we have out there for a couple of weeks at a time, and we built a multi-sensory room that's hidden behind walls so that they wouldn't be distracted when they're doing other things. And I do know it works, and the fact that you can take this into homes, I think it's great. I would say one thing that I think that's very important is that when you're building your prototype and when you're getting ready to go into your manufacturing, that you do it very professionally, very first class. It needs to feel and communicate through touch and all that. It's not something I would suggest that when you get your first prototype that you make sure that you pass it around, you make sure that it does communicate the sensory experience that you're trying to communicate. It's a wonderful thing you're doing.
Thank you.
I think it's great you're doing something that touches people's hearts. But I'm going to move over to the head for a minute. I noticed you had a labor cost of $1. And it strikes me as, how are you going to have a labor cost of $1? And all these contacts you're making with nutritionists and doctors, there's a cost associated with that, I would assume, but I might have missed that.
Well, as of right now, all of our doctors' work has been voluntary, but if push comes to shove, we are more than willing to pay them. But also, for the laboring fee, it's only $1 because that's our calculations, but once we find the perfect manufacturer for us, we can't wait to decipher what they want and what we want to make everyone on our team happy.
Also notice your target market was 134 million children, so it's not just autistic, that's a large target market.
No, sir, we're not just limiting ourselves to children with autism, but this is a real problem of just anyone having the issue of not being prepared for an environment before actually going.
And if I may add on, we aren't only targeting kids with autism and sensory sensitivities. Our product can be played with by any kids. Even our peers backstage, they were playing with our board before we came up here, so it's really for anyone.
Yes. Jadis was actually playing with it, and he was like, I need the sense it, where is it?
I noticed Michael playing with it.
You're not, let me, to follow up on Morgan's comment, you're not presupposing that the doctor is going to ask for any compensation or all. He's going to make a referral I assume you would put it in the neurologist's office so that when they're there, they can, you know, that would be a marketing opportunity for you as well. But the dollar per unit, again, you know, a lot of the overhead and all that you all are going to experience and the costs that are associated with that, we're sort of missing some of that. But if you get it out there and it's picked up, I think that sales will exceed your expectation.
I like your product also. Just an observation, and this is intuitively not anything empirical, but I would think your sales would be as strong if that's a calendar period of sales projections, would be as strong in the summer months when parents in particular are looking for something for their children to do than it would be in the winter months.
Yes, sir. Months 4 and 5 are February, March, April and May. And in April and May is when we suggest you buy our product because it gives the social stories a head start. The social stories are meant to be read to the child over and over and over again, just so they're understanding that their emotions are valid and we understand what's going to happen when they get to the beach.
I think it's a very good idea. I think that compared to some of the other products we've seen, the prototype is very basic, but I think the idea is great. And so I think you really have to, as Bruce said, work on that high quality product. And have you thought about how you can display the clinical benefits to the parents of children with sensory issues?
Well, social stories, they're actually recommended by therapists, and that's really like the most important part of our product that we're trying to explain to everybody, because not many other boards have this on there, and not many other boards have themes, and they're not meant to make the children feel comfortable in new environments. It's just something for a child to fidget with rather than to learn from.
And to add on to what Jazz said, but also answer your question, well, we plan to be American-based, and we plan to include that on our packaging.
I may have missed the source of the stories. Are you writing them, or are they actual stories from?
Yes, they're low-grade level stories that we have wrote.
You wrote them?
We wrote them, yes, sir.
I may have missed this. What is the age group that you, what is your target age group?
So it is 4 to 16, and it's so large because, you know, autism is a spectrum, so there's low functioning and high functioning, and we want to cater to the whole spectrum.
I had a question and a comment. The question was, you mentioned advertising on kids' apps. I don't think that was in your budget. Is that part of your initial marketing strategy, or is that a future phase?
It's also incorporated into our current marketing strategy.
Okay. And the comment was a build on what Bruce said. You mentioned the research you've done on pediatricians, doctors, et cetera, that you can sell this to, I think is what you were saying. I think it's more of a marketing strategy than a sales strategy. If you just put one of these in every pediatrician's office, then the kids might want to take them home.
Yeah, I think it's a tremendous thing that y'all are doing, and I'm very proud that your head was in that space, and that's what you're bringing forward. So thank you very much, and great presentation.
Thank you so much.
One second here, folks. Let's give it up one more time for Teen Sense It, though, y'all. Come on, that was... If you like their business idea, be sure to vote for them during the audience choice portion of the night later this evening. The next team of the night will be Nick Montemerno, Max Meisenhelter, and Adeline McDuffie. Please welcome Team Skate Straps.
So we've all had to deal with this problem, having to carry a lot of things all at one time and not being able to handle everything. Well, this is a problem that millions of skaters have to deal with, not being able to carry their board while comfortably holding all their items, and modern solutions tend to cause more problems than they do solve.
That's why I, Nick Montemerno, Chief Financial Officer and Chief of Communications,
I, Avalon McDuffie, Chief of Marketing,
And I, Max Meisenhelter, Chief of Design and Chief of Editing,
created our business,
Skate Straps.
And this is our solution. Our solution is a simple and easy to use strap that clips into your skateboard via two buckles that attach around the front of the skateboard. It also offers a large outer pocket to hold large items such as a water bottle, as well as an inner pocket that spans the width and length of the board to hold your more valuable items such as a phone, wallet, etc. And just look at how well it holds all of these items.
our prototyping journey started out with a basic sketch just to see how we would want to make our prototype. We then moved on to a yoga mat type construction, which we hot glued and stapled together. And for our third prototype, we made it out of higher quality fabric, still with no clips to hold it in and adjust securely. But for our fourth prototype, we have two pockets, one mesh, and one secret, and it secures way better.
When looking at our target market, there's an estimated 85 million skaters globally, but we plan to market to the 6.7 million that currently live in the US. This is our ideal customer. His name is Thomas, and he's a 16-year-old that likes to go skating with his friends at skate parks, and he brings his essential items with him like his phone, wallet, and skate tool. This is a picture of the local skate parks in Virginia Beach. This just goes to show how big of a local skate culture we have here.
That moves us into our customer discovery. Let's look at some of the questions we asked to see if people would actually buy our product. We first asked people if they have to travel long distances to get to their ideal skating location, where most people either said yes or sometimes. We then asked them if they have trouble carrying their skateboard with all their other items. Most people also said yes or sometimes. Then we finally asked them if they would buy our product, where 94% of people said they would.
We also looked at different competitors, and while evaluating them, we looked at adjustability, comfortability, and customizability. Our top 3 competitors were Lysphere, YYST, and Tall Wolf. Lysphere and YYST wasn't comfortable or customizable to different boards, and Tall Wolf wasn't customizable or adjustable to different lengths and widths of boards. For skate straps, we plan to fit the bill of all 3 while staying at a semi-affordable price and high quality.
Moving into our cost of goods sold, each unit cost us $6.47 to make, plus the cost of shipping that we will be able to calculate in after we hear back from our manufacturers. Moving into our profitability, we plan to sell both wholesale and retail. We plan to mark our wholesale cost at $13, generating $6.53 in gross profit, and we plan to retail at $25.99, generating $19.52 in gross profit. We plan to make a little over $27,000 within our first 3 years of sales, and since we plan to sell both wholesale and retail, that gives us an estimated $17,000 in gross profit. Moving into our startup costs, they come out to a little over $9,600, and this is comprised of a website, retail prototypes such as the one you see here today, a bulk order of materials to make our first 1,000 units, as well as marketing, legal, and display fees. And to show that people already believe in the success of our business, we were previously awarded a $795 valued IT network evaluation at the local GSEA pitch competition.
When looking into our sales and marketing, we plan to sell our skate strap in different skate stores on our website and on Amazon. And we have reached out to a few skate stores that have already shown that they want to do business with us. And we also plan to market on different social media sites like Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. And we have posted a video on YouTube that's already reached 10,000 views within 5 days. And then we also plan to do in-person events like the Jackalope Fest later this May. For those of you who don't know, this is the Jackalope Fest, and it's a massive skating event where last year they had over 50,000 attendees. They have popular skaters like Tony Hawk attend, and this is a great place for us to reach out to our target market.
As for our 5-year plan, we plan to expand our product line, be in stores across the U.S., and have different designs for more customizability.
All in all, this brings us to our final ask of $10,000 to cover all of our startup fees. In conclusion, we've created skate straps to help millions of skaters around the world enjoy skating just a little bit more by eliminating the logistics of having to carry their board and other items on the way to and from the skate park, and we're seeking your help through your funding to help make our dream a reality.
Thank you.
Great presentation and great concept. I live at the beach. I see kids fumbling with all that. Matter of fact, I see them dragging their backpack and their school books and holding their skateboard up in their hand. Do you have any idea how long has your competitors been in the market with their product?
So we don't have a specific date of when they first got onto the market. However, when we were evaluating a lot of our competitors, they while they're on the market, they're really just listed on Amazon and hoping people come across their website. None of them have an Instagram or YouTube or anything that more modern day societies, especially the youth, which a lot of skaters are. And so they're just kind of there and hoping people find them. But we don't have a specific date of.
Do you have any idea how much volume they're doing?
The only one, and I don't know, so we looked on Amazon at their sales per month, and we were only able to see one of them, and I believe it was YYST. That was the brand, and they've only sold 50 in the last month.
Yeah, I think that all of you tonight need to get with Drew because he'll know how to intersect with those folks. There's nobody better at it than he is. I just have a hard time believing that I don't see lots of kids strapped with their skateboard on the back. I have seen them, though, attached to their backpack. Is there a backpack that incorporates the ability to carry or is that some jury rig that they use to be able to attach it to their backpack like people put a suitcase on top of a suitcase in the airport?
We actually did look at a few that were like that, and when we did our research, we looked, and there was backpacks that had like straps at the bottom where you could slide the board underneath, but a lot of people ran into the problem of it hitting their legs or not balancing the board correctly because boards can be different lengths and widths, so it's very restricted to this type of boards it can fit.
So are any of these strap-ons of your competitors sold in a skate shop or a Walmart or anything like that?
I haven't seen one before, no. I go to a lot of skate shops in our area and in Norfolk, and I've never seen a product like ours before, and I haven't seen anything like this in Walmart either.
What was the retail price again of it?
The what price? Sorry?
What is your retail price?
Our retail price is $25.99.
Maybe I missed, was there a testimonial of somebody who skates here who's been using this saying how much they like it? Did you have
No, we don't currently have any testimonials. We only have the interviews of talking to people about the theoretical usage of our product.
Have you guys used it?
Yeah, me and Avalon both skate, and whenever we go to the skate park, we always have trouble walking there, and we always drop our stuff. So both of us could definitely benefit from skate straps.
And the only reason we haven't shared it with other people is because we're restricted to the amount of prototypes we have that are functional like this one. We have two that are modernized like this one, but with the money that we hopefully receive from here, we plan to put that to making more prototypes so that we can have people try them out.
Could you show us, as a prototype, able to take it on and off? Is it easy to get on and off?
Yeah, it's super easy. Basically, you just clip it and it comes off.
Did you say you had put an Instagram page or Instagram post with the prototype up? Did you say that you talked, I think, about an Instagram post with several thousand views? Was that?
Oh yeah, so we recently actually, it was our old pitch video, the one that we had before, the current one that we had at the beginning of this pitch, and we recently posted that video within the past week, and right now it currently is sitting at 9.7 thousand views.
Pretty good.
And it's been like that for a couple days, so it's kind of stunted growth, but we've already reached that many people, and we've had, I believe, when I last checked, it was around 120 likes. So
Do you know what they were searching for when they found you?
I tried to look. I think most of it was because it was posted as a YouTube short. So if you're familiar with TikTok or YouTube where you scroll. So for most people, it was just they were scrolling and it just popped up into their feed. So most people, it was either, looking at the analytics, they either came across it in their feed or they were one of us going through our page and going to look at it.
I just want to compliment a few things. First, the prototype design looks really nice. I mean, it's almost like a finished product. The branding is really beautiful, and I love your jackalope strategy. Just a festival strategy in general for kids who are carrying their boards around, and they're going to get tired of holding them, especially walking around all day. It's definitely something they'd consider buying.
Thank
and
you.
I don't just market to people around the world. I skated my whole life and still with my daughter and son, and think I'd probably look at something like that.
The reason I ask you about the testimonial, I can't do this, but I see these, your age flipping the boards and moving it. It would strike me that maybe this inhibits that from happening, or the extra weight inhibits it. So that's why I was wondering if ardent skaters had actually used. It must not get in the way of you on the top.
So the strap is only used as a form of transportation.
Oh, you take this off while you...
Yeah, so while you skate, you would take it off and put it off to the side.
You can tell Mr. Davis doesn't do a whole lot of skating.
Well, I'll tell you,
I'm almost shocked that he asked that question out loud.
You had good padding on the back, which is good. The grip tape would almost definitely hurt someone's back. And so, yeah, that was really smart.
Well, now you know that Drew's not only an expert in all of this type of marketing, but he's also a skater. So therefore, he's an influencer. So there's your guy.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Oh, well, that was a great presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And
thank you for your time. Thank you.
thumbs up.
Let's hear one more time for Team Skate Straps. They did fantastic. If you like their business idea, be sure to vote for them during the audience choice portion of the night later this evening. Wait for these scorecards to get in. Next up to the stage will be Taylor Pokraka, Peyton Buchanan, Oliver Beers, and Hattie Navarro. Please welcome Team Aqua Seal.
Have you ever been stolen from? It's not a great feeling. You can get paranoid about your other belongings, and it can even induce anxiety. Last year, I was actually stolen from while I was surfing with my dad. We only went out for a few hours, so we left our stuff on a towel on the beach, and when we came back, all of our stuff was gone. To solve this problem, we've created
Aqua Seal.
This is our team. I'm Oliver.
I'm Hattie. I'm Peyton.
And I'm Taylor.
Our solution to this problem is creating a new type of surfing traction pad with a built-in waterproof compartment on the back of it. For a better understanding of our product, this is a picture of a standard surfboard and traction pad. As you can see, it's positioned on the very tail of the board, which would put our waterproof compartment on the very bottom of the board so it's out of the way while you're surfing. As for our prototyping journey, we started off with a very basic shape of our product, made out of only cardboard and rubber matting. After that, we moved on to material research, where we figured out the real-world materials we would need for our prototype. After that, we started on mechanical brainstorming, where we figured out how we would actually make it work. And then finally, we created these two much more realistic prototypes.
So we are specifically looking to target surfers ages 18 through 40 who live in more coastal areas. We say this because when you have easy access to the beach, you still tend to bring these small but very valuable items with you, but you don't have the comfort of hiding them in a safe spot. With this information, we have researched our total market size to be about 3.5 million surfers in the US.
As for our competitors, to start we have Thurso Surf, which is a waterproof pouch made with seam sealing and airtight material. It's different from our product because it's a lot less compact and you can't attach it to your surfboard. Along with that, we have the standard FCS T3 traction pad, which is a 3-piece traction pad made with a sanded surface for grip. It's different from our product because it doesn't have that waterproof compartment that the Aqua Seal traction pad does have.
Next, for our customer data, we conducted 71 interviews with one question being, have you ever experienced troubles hiding your small valuables while in the water? And we got around 93% saying yes.
Then we asked the important question, which is, would you be interested in our product? And we also got around 93% of people saying yes, they would be. And within that percent, the average age ranges between 18 to 40. And this is what overall helped us develop our target market. We also asked, what are some things you wish to put inside of our waterproof compartment? And the top responses we received were keys, wallet, surf wax, and jewelry.
As for our distribution channels, we'll be selling through our local surf shops, our brand's website, Amazon, social media influencers, and our partnerships, like our partnership with VB Sunrise. VB Sunrise is an Instagram account with upwards of 25,000 followers based here in Virginia Beach. They post amazing drone shots of sunrises and sunsets, and with their growing following have moved into merchandising things like hoodies and t-shirts. Seeing this, we contacted them about getting the word out about our products. As for our sales, general, and administrative costs, for years 1 through 3, they hover around $1,100 with some small variation. And the cost going into this would be our LLC formation, our checking account, and our business owner's policy.
We totaled our phase 1 cost of goods sold to being $30.87, with one of our highest end products being $16.50. Through research, we have found that by buying in bulk, it can lower our cost. For our phase 2 cost of goods sold, it brought our total down to $18.68.
As for our pricing, our wholesale price will be about $36.50, while our retail price will be $65, giving us a wholesale profit margin of 48% and a retail profit margin of 71%. As for our sales projections for the first 3 years, it starts out at 1,000 units in the first year and then moves to 3,000 and then 6,000 units for the third year.
Our startup costs include our marketing costs coming out to $1,100, our administrative costs being just over $2,000, and our development costs being a little over $900. This brings us to our final startup cost total of $4,077. With that said, our final financial ask is $8,000. We plan on using this $8,000 to cover quality prototyping materials to ensure that we can get the most effective prototype as possible before going to market. This also accounts for our startup costs and manufacturing fees, and as of right now, we only have a provisional utility patent. However, in the future, we would like to get a full utility patent.
So in conclusion, with our waterproof compartment, we offer a unique product that allows surfers to fully enjoy their surfing experience, knowing their valuables are safe and tucked away. So join us on this journey as we surf the seas of success with AquaSeal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's a great presentation. Once again, you guys just knock it out of the park with the presentations. But I am a little confused. And I stay in a confused state a lot of times. So there's nothing unusual about that. But so I'm lost. What product are you bringing to market?
So the traction pad that you hold right here, that's our product. This was one of our competitors, Thurso Surf.
Got it. Okay,
So-
there we go. Okay, that's what.
Can I follow up on that?
Sure.
Are you telling me that this is a completely novel idea? Nobody's had the idea of putting storage in the traction pad before.
Yes.
That is brilliant. I mean, I'm a big surfer, and this is a problem I've faced, and I would buy your product.
But my question that, along with those lines, that's exactly, Michael's spot on. I mean, I live in a surfing environment. My kids, grandkids, everybody else, I have more surfboards than I have. Anyway, I've got a lot. But the question that I asked you is about the cool factor. I mean, you know all the names that people call people that are trying to be surfers but really aren't. I mean, does this get past the cool factor? Or would somebody say, I mean, the practical application of this and the reality of this? I mean, we know that people look for opportunities to grab wallets on the beach all the time. Lifeguards tell you every day somebody gets older, watch into a towel and they go in the water and somebody grabs the watch. I mean, that was a common practice. Back in the day, the lifeguards even used to be in on that activity. But so we know there's a need for it. But my question is, you know, would surfers go, oh yeah, it's not cool?
Yes, to answer your question, so I'm a surfer, and so I have a lot of friends who are surfers, and I've told them about our product, and I've had every single one of them say that they love it and would buy it for their board.
Because the style of the board is sleek and all that was trunk in the back, although it makes sense. And maybe the cool kids don't have it, but they don't have any money anyway, so.
Yes, of course. That was obviously a concern for us on making sure it looked good, but the compartment isn't big enough that it would impact how the board looked, so it'll still have a nice sleek look.
Cool.
Do you know what the size for the traction pad market is in terms of value?
Could you please repeat that?
So obviously there's a lot of traction pads sold in the current form. Do you know what the total size of that retail market is?
So as of right now, our market size is 3.5 million.
Well, that's all
in the
surfers.
US.
I think that's a good question, but to my knowledge, I think almost all of my kids have a traction pad on their surfboard. I mean, is that fair enough to say? I mean, so they've already got the traction bag. It'd just be a matter of adding the compartment to it, I would think.
So this cost about how much, competitor?
That one cost about $40.
40?
Yes.
And yours is
65.
65.
Which we bought a cheaper version of a regular traction pad, just as an example, but they can range anywhere from 40 to 85.
So your most expensive component is this waterproof zipper. Did you look at, are there any other alternatives, or is this the only, is there one manufacturer of this?
Yes, so this zipper was the only one that was heavy duty enough to stay fully waterproof. There are cheaper options, but they all have small, imperfections in the seals.
So if I have a traction pad, as many do, and I want this, I rip this off, and don't damage my board, and
Correct.
put this on. It's that simple.
I guess I would also say that, and this is just not with you all, but with a lot of the other presentations we've seen today. And listen, I'm a guy that wants to get the maximum dollar for everything. I think that a lot of times that maybe some of the presentations, and you'll have a chance when you get out there to see, is that you're way over the competition and you've got this huge margin. It may be one of these price volume formulas that you need to look at. You reduce the price, you get more volume. So I would encourage everybody to look at their competitive pricing unless there's some unusual value proposition where, yes, we're worth $20 more but we do something different or whatever. So, I mean, you've got a lot of room to work with that to be competitive, and I think when you get to market, you might get some feedback along those lines.
And it's,
yes, of course.
I think I'd really focus on the patent, because if there's nothing else like this out there, you can get a really strong patent around it. So I'm happy to introduce you to some patent attorneys that do product, and they'll give you some free work.
Thank you.
Great presentation. Good idea.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good idea.
Thank you, Team Aquaseal. Let's give it up for one more time, y'all. Come on. They crushed that. If you did like their business idea, be sure to vote for them during the audience choice portion of the night later this evening. Let's get these scorecards. So where are you from? Okay, wait. Good to go. The final team of the night will be Chloe Bedell, Kira Allen, Alexi Levitt, and Katie Stiegel. Please welcome Team Sunny Soul.
Why is this so tall?
It's a beautiful day at the beach, and all your kid wants to do is go play in the water. But first, let's put some sunscreen on. Some families will choose to rub it in, while other families will choose to spray it on. But despite their best efforts, their kid still comes back looking like this.
While this might just seem like a random sunburn on a summer day, 1 to 2 blistering sunburns can double your child's chances of future skin cancer.
And with Sunny Soul, we are made to make the application process a lot easier for you. I'm Kira.
I'm Lexi.
I'm Katie.
I'm Chloe, and we are
Sunny Soul. Our problem begins with the uncomfortable application of spray sunscreen and the inconvenient application using your hands. As someone that goes to the beach often, I've noticed many families struggle to just simply put sunscreen on their kids. Additionally, when your sunscreen is left out in the sun or exposed to excessive heat, it has a loss of SPF, which is why our solution is a double-walled, refillable roll-on sunscreen applicator that efficiently applies, protects your skin, and keeps your favorite sunscreen from melting.
Some examples of what you can put in our product are different SPFs of your favorite sunscreen brand, aloe vera, and tanning oil. Chloe is passing around our most recent prototype, some with aloe and some with sunscreen.
So you might be wondering, why is our bottle insulated? Well, the FDA states that the sunscreen does expire sooner if it's left out in the sun or in a hot car. It causes the chemicals in them to break down.
Now that we've discussed some of our benefits, let's recap. First, it provides an easier application. It's versatile to your preference. It preserves your SPF, has a removable stone ball, and provides easy cleaning because you can take it apart and it's dishwasher safe.
Our prototyping journey began in November and ended in April with 3 different prototypes along the way, each time getting a sleeker and more durable look.
Another thing that we've recently had done is engineering designs drawn of our product. This allowed us to communicate with our manufacturer and help them understand what we're producing and how we're producing each component of it.
This is Stacy. She's a 32-year-old mom who lives in Virginia Beach, Virginia, and lives a busy, chaotic life between home, work, and the beach. She mainly shops on Amazon and Target and mainly uses Instagram and Facebook as her social media.
So for our market sizing, we started off with 34 million moms in our age bracket. From there, we narrowed it down with who's living on a coast, making a certain income, and the percentage of people in America who are actively using sunscreen. This gave us a total of 518,000 people.
So we asked over 100 people, what do you not like about the process of putting on your sunscreen? And over 50% said that it is messy. Our second question we asked is, do you still use sunscreen that was sitting in the sun? And almost 60% said yes, and we were trying to fix that problem.
So how will we reach our customers? We're currently building our social media platform via Instagram and Facebook, but we would also do a lot of pop-ups at surf shops, ECSE, sports tournaments like soccer, volleyball, baseball, surf competitions, marathons, and eventually retail.
So for our top competitors, we have Solar Buddies applicator at $23 with over 10,000 units bought in the past month on Amazon. As you can see, it is full with sunscreen, but when you come to applying it on, little to no product actually comes out. Our second competitor is Sunbum Roll-On Sunscreen at $17 with over 600 units bought in the past month on Amazon. But as you can see, it is very leaky. You don't want that. You don't want that in your house, at the beach, or even at the park, or wherever you want it. Now I have a mess. But Lexi over here is applying our sunscreen, and it differs from our competitors.
So now for our cost of goods, we gathered our material cost and our labor cost, and that totaled up to $3.27 to make one product.
So if we price our retail at $17, we would make $13.73 per bottle at an 81% profit margin. If we price $7 wholesale, we would make $3.73 per bottle at a 53% profit margin.
Looking at our estimated revenue for our first year, we looked at our interviews and the amount of people saying that they would like to purchase our product. We also looked at the changing of seasons, since obviously we're aware during the summer, people are going to be more conscious about their sunscreen application. Our estimated revenue for our first year is $10,000.
To cover administrative, legal, materials, marketing, prototyping, and production fees, we're asking for a grand total of $10,000. If we get a profit of $13.73 per bottle, with our financial ask being $10,000, this means that in month 18, we'll break even at around 700 units.
So what's next for Sunny Soul? We plan to continue talking with surf shops like WRV to get tables to talk to more customers, as well as be in communications with refill shops around Virginia Beach to sell Sunny Soul on store shelves. If future expansion options are to come out with more sizes for your face and body, as well as sell with a spatula for cleaning. We would like to sell our future patent to sunscreen companies so they can sell their product in our bottle.
We've also made sure to stay super active on social media by posting our product and prototype development. Within our last 2 social media posts, we've been bombarded with people asking when and where they can buy our product and who's interested. And with your help, we can bring this product to market.
So judges,
enjoy your sunscreen your way with Sunny Soul.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Great presentation, great idea again.
Thank you.
Oh, you guys are just fantastic. So first thing I would ask you is there any measure of the amount? I was putting this on and I was wondering how much I was actually coming out as I was rolling it here. Is there, I mean, you know, because you don't know until you're lathering up, and particularly parents with kids. I mean, I've seen that the kids look like the abominable snowman by the time parent gets through with them. I mean, do you know that enough product is coming out? Because each one of the sunscreens that you put in here are going to have different consistencies. Mm-hmm. And some may come out more fluid and some may come out a little gunky, right?
Yep. So I've tested it myself. Actually, I've squirted sunscreen in my hand and then I rubbed it on. And honestly, it's like better to use for our products because when you squirt it in your hand, you aren't knowing how much to put in your hand to rub on your skin. But when you use our bottle, you can add little by little each time to make sure you have enough, but not too much to where it's all coming out at once.
And where did you get this prototype? Exactly how is it filled?
So we made this prototype. We have this flask. The flask itself is off of Amazon, and then we ordered the roller top, so we super glued it inside. That's how you can take it off, and that's where you'll refill it. And then this part, you can actually pop the ball out. It might take me a second because it's a little slippery, but that makes it super easy to clean. But yeah, you'll refill it right in the top.
So I guess my question would be, is the average mom or the average person that's going to use this going to take a bottle of their favorite sunscreen, open it up, put it inside here, have to try and get everything out of it to get it inside, and then put it back, then come back home and clean it? I mean, it just seems like a lot of effort to accomplish what?
So once we get a lid printed, which we're currently working on now, we would like to flip the bottle upside down. That way the product actually stays at the top where the roller is. That way you don't have to shake it to get it out, and it will already be sitting at the top where the roller is.
Well, what about filling it?
It would kind of be the same thing. You would just twist it off because...
No, but I'm saying each one of these products that you might put in it would be different, the way that their consistency. I mean, I could see somebody trying to get all the sunscreen out to get inside the container.
Yeah, so for that, part of it also is the capacity of these bottles is able to fit more sunscreen. So where a family might be running through sunscreen bottle after sunscreen bottle after sunscreen bottle, once our product is filled up, you can just continue to use it longer than an average sunscreen that the family might be using.
Okay.
How did you arrive at the pricing wholesale and retail level? Did you just back into it or any kind of analysis, market analysis?
So when we presented at Startup Studios, originally our price was $14, but we presented to moms and they said that they thought that the price would be higher, and we got a lot of feedback that it should be like around $19, which is what they were saying they thought it would be. Also, in our preliminary interviews, people said that they would pay $10 to $15 around there.
I have a couple comments. I think what you really have working for you, first of all, the only thing I hate worse than putting sunscreen on myself is putting sunscreen on my kids. And so agreed, it's a real problem. I love that you're thinking about environmental impact, in particular sunscreen, because you've typically got lotions, and then sprays are way easier to put on, but they're terrible for the environment, especially the aerosol kinds. And I like that it's leaning into the refillable market, which is a really big trend in not continuing to create plastic bottles, and of course people are massively buying reusable cups and everything else. If it's patentable in some way, it might be worth leaning into that direction, because I think Bruce's point about sort of buy your sunscreen, throw away that package, try to get the stuff out, but if you could ultimately get somebody who had a refillable packet and you were the dispenser for that feels like it's a bigger thing. My only other comment is just the ball applicator does seem really small. If I were trying to cover my kid's whole body with that, I'd feel like I still have to use my hands, which defeats the purpose of not using lotion in the first place. Maybe there's a way to do a wider applicator, like a roller or something.
We have like ideas about like a body one and a face one. So it would be like a different size that is more fit for your body.
Cool. Great prototype.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Prototype looks beautiful.
Thank you.
And are there any other sunscreen manufacturers using double-walled bottles?
Not that we've seen.
They're all selling in the Sunbum bottle. Basically, every single sunscreen company has their own version of the Sunbum one, just with their different sunscreen in it and their logo on it.
We haven't found a bottle that's actually fillable. All of them are like glued, or like it's just one bottle, so you can't refill.
Yeah, as soon as it runs out, you're done.
Yeah, but the installation process I think is really important, because I've taken the same exact sunscreen I filled in our product, and then I took the same sunscreen in a different bottle out when I went outside to tan. And when I came inside, the consistency of the one in our bottle was still thick and good, but when I brought the other one inside, it was straight liquid. So that's how we know through testing that it's like the insulated actually keeps the particles together.
I have to tell you, this is a very, very quality tool here, this bottle, this packaging. I think that's just really nice. I mean, it feels like if I bought it, I feel like I have something that you, I mean, it's Yeti-ish is what I was thinking of when I was getting it. So I think that's great.
Thank you.
Well, thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Another great presentation.
Thank you to Team Sunny Soul. Let's give them a round of applause, y'all. Come on. That was a lot quicker than I did. If you like their business idea, be sure to vote for them during the audience choice portion of the night later this evening. This concludes the Incubator EDU pitches for the evening. At this time, I would like to invite the judges to move off stage and begin the judges' deliberation session. We will see them all back on stage in a few minutes for their announcement of awards. Give them a round of applause, y'all. Now, I think before we continue, we got to give one more round of applause for those amazing pitches we saw here today, y'all. Like, hands down, all around. As a reminder, the Incubator EDU teams who are awarded funding tonight will move on to Accelerator EDU and be able to launch their business next school year. Now, hold up, I have a special announcement real fast. So quick little intermission PSA. The Rock Solid Club outside has a stellar concessions, I've heard. So if you get parched or need a little energy boost through tonight's program, please feel free to stop by the booth and check things out. Rock Solid is an organization here at Kempsville that supports children and their families that have been stricken by cancer. So even if you don't want a snack, please feel free to stop by and donate to support the incredible cause. Now, before we get up, though, and go to all those foods, I see people already going, I feel you, man. But before we continue, let's get to the audience choice portion of the night. You've heard from 7 extraordinary incubator teams, and now is the time to choose which one you would like the most. On screen, they should be putting up a QR code. Yep, there it is. I love the QR code. And you can scan that in order to cast your vote. Who will the audience choose? Will it be Team Patch and Play? Let's hear for them. A little bit. Okay, yeah, I like it. That's what we like to hear. Team She Class? What's She Class? Oh, that's got some supporters. What about Team True Heat? What's Team True Heat thinking? Okay. What about Team Sense It? Sense It. Oh, yeah. Team Skate Straps? Team Aqua Seal? Oh, yeah. There we go. How about Team Sunny Soul? Yeah. Well, it's going to be a tight race tonight. I can feel it. This voting form will be open for the next 5 minutes, so please get those ballots in. During the 5 minutes that the audience choice voting form is available, please remain seated as we showcase the additional incubator teams and recognize our vast network of mentors. Give you all a few more moments to get this QR code, like a minute or so. It's a good code. Everybody getting it? Getting it? Okay. At this time, we would like to display commercial videos created by this year's 13 additional teams. All these teams you have seen have gone through the Incubator EDU course this year, and they would like to share their business with you tonight through 60-second clips. Enjoy.
Are you tired of having to keep changing your plastic and silicone tubes because it's turning yellow over time?
Well, this is Crystal Clear, a natural solution that wipes day-to-day stains off your phones, children's toys, and other day-to-day plastics.
To use, you simply need to spray the foam onto the surface and leave it overnight. Once it is time to sit, simply scrub it off with the attached brush or the green side of a sponge for deeper stains, so all the stains have appeared to have softened up. Rinse with water, and just like that, it shines like new. Crystal Clear is affordable, easy to store, non-toxic, and reusable, making it the perfect one-buy necessity for those who love to keep their things clean and bright.
Let us help you keep your things looking new with Crystal Clear.
Dude, why would you throw your trash at me? Because I don't like you. Dude, why'd you throw it in the ground? Because there's no trash can around here. Man, you know when you throw your trash on the ground like that, you're leaving choking hazards for other animals as well as putting microplastic and other toxic chemicals back into the atmosphere and back into the ground. Do you even care? Nope, not at all. Oh, well, I have a solution for you. Hold my stick for me. I am an EC Fold representative, and me and my fellas at the EC Fold Corporation invented the EC Fold trash can. You pop it up, you put your trash in there, and then you close it down, eliminate excess space, and you carry it with you to where you can properly dispose of your trash. It costs about $20 to make, and we're selling it for $30. And it makes it easier for beachgoers and campers like us to carry around our trash when we're in remote areas. It also comes with a strap that you can detach if you want. But I personally like to have it on like a purse when I'm walking. You know what? I have 20 of these at home. You can have this one. Thank you. Yeah, now you can be a functioning member of society. Ta-ta. What the? Oh, where'd you get that trash can from?
From a random Easy Fold spokesman.
Oh, that's pretty cool. What does it do?
It helps me collect trash when there's no trash can around.
Can I hold it?
Yeah.
Oh, trash can! Hey, Easy Fold, get over here! I'm sorry, this trash can was just too cool. I had to take it. This isn't yours!
The Entrepreneurship and Business Academy at Kempsville High School provides a very unique opportunity to students who select the E&I strand. This cutting-edge entrepreneurship curriculum allows students to experience business development firsthand. Students begin the year by learning about the Lean Startup method in the Business Model Canvas. They then form teams and begin brainstorming ideas that they themselves are passionate about solving. For forming teams, students then pitch their business ideas to 16 mentors where they will be matched up with a local entrepreneur who has a similar goal in mind. Mentors have played a very significant role in the development of business over the years. When asked, many people will say that without our mentor, we would be nowhere today. Students then get to work, pitching at various points throughout the year, especially at their major pitch where they conduct their MVP or minimum viable product testing plan. They will then ask the Board of Advisors for funding money to create and test a prototype. Finally, the course comes to an end with the main event, Pitch Night. This is where the top teams take the main stage to present their business ideas in hopes of real seed funding money.
I'm Emma Hiles and I'm with Sports Dork, and today I'm with Mo Trotter. So Mo, today you played a great game, and we know that you haven't been doing so well in the past. What was the change?
So recently I've been using Elevated to help me play my best.
Really? What's Elevated?
Elevated is a slim waterproof that uses hydrocolloid technology to heal and soothe blisters. It eliminates hours of pain and discomfort.
Wow, that sounds like a really pricey product. Now on to Maddie Wilson with one of the founders of Elevated.
Hi, I'm Maddie Wilson with Sports Dork, and today I'm here with Taylor Tran, one of the lead founders of Elevated.
Hi, I'm Taylor, and to create our product, it costs $2.06 to make, and we can put it on the shelves for $9.99, with a gross profit margin of 78%.
Wow, that's really interesting. So when making Elevated, what was your team's target audience?
So our target audience will be female student athletes who are ready to reach peak performance.
I'm sure our viewers would love to hear more about this business. What's your social media?
You can find us on Instagram at elevated.vb, or you can email us at elevatedvb@gmail.com.
That's all for this segment. Hope to see you next time. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Dang it, I hate all the clothes are so wrinkled.
Yeah, I don't know if Bella would think.
Dang it, I hate all the clothes are so wrinkled.
Yeah, I don't know if Bella would think of me any differently because my clothes is so wrinkled.
I wish there was a way to fix this.
Oh my god, why is your shirt so crisp?
You know why?
Why?
Fold and go. Fold and go? What's fold and go?
Fold and Go is a product that is aimed towards teenagers and young adults that are having the problem of folding their clothes. The Fold and Go board will allow teenagers and young adults to have a smaller fold to leave space for more outfits in their drawers, reduce wrinkles from clothes just being thrown around, and to possibly save time that you would from traditionally folding or using any of our competitors. In conclusion, we are here to help you fold into the future with Fold and Go.
Not with today. It's been such a terrible day. At least I got my leftovers though. Wait, Josh, where'd the rest of my leftovers go? Did you eat them again?
Was it the small bowl in the fridge?
Yes, the one with my name written on top of it. It's the third time this week, dude.
Sorry, I was
What the
so
heck?
hungry I didn't even pay attention.
I wish there was a way for you to stop doing that, bro.
Well, it sounds like you need leftover lock.
Leftover Lock is a secure and durable way to keep your food safe both at home and at work. Leftover Lock will be customizable so you can add a slot for your drink as well as you can buy a drink sleeve to go with it. It'll have a spot for your food and a sealable edge, that way nothing will spill and it's airtight.
Oh, the leftover lock. We'll be selling it on e-commerce platforms, retail stores, and social media stores at a price of $24.99 for the standard leftover lock, $29.99 for the leftover lock pro, and $8.99 for a 2-pack of the secure sleeve. So if you're sick of your leftovers being stolen, click the pre-order link below to get your very own leftover lock.
coffee on both shirts. On the right side, we use our spotless pen, which effectively lifts it and removes the coffee stain from off the shirt. And on the left side, we use the usual to-go method, soap and water, and as you can see, there is still coffee left on the shirt. We target Spotless to business professionals that need a quick and easy solution to this problem. We plan to sell Spotless at a price of $13.99. In addition, we have the benefit of our $3.99 squeezable refillables with our liquid solution. That way, our customers can use our pen more than once. So, help us help you and swipe away your stains with Spotless.
Yo, Robert, wake up.
Man, what happened to my sheets?
So we have the solution for you.
We are Sheet Snap.
What's that?
So Sheet Snap is an elastic strap that goes around your mattress. Then you throw your fitted sheet on. So then you put the additional magnet on. And no matter how much you move in your sleep, your fitted sheets will stay in place. Our target market is moms ages 30 and up.
Our product helps your sheets keep in place for a small price of $30.
So snap tuned and get Sheet Snap.
Oh no, my game's about to start and I can't find the trainer. If only I had a way to apply this better.
Introducing Tape Up, an athletic tape dispenser that helps you apply it quicker and easier and more efficiently.
We're solving the problem of tape getting coupled to your sports bag, tape sticking to itself during application, and of difficulty applying athletic tape.
We're targeting athletes, parents, victims of muscle and joint pain, and active senior citizens.
According to 131 interviews, almost 3/4 of people said that they would purchase Tape Up.
Unlike our competitors, we combine a kinesiology tape cutter and a roll-on applicator in one.
With your help, we can cut out the wait and get back in the game quicker and easier with Tape Up.
Here's your food delivery.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Some yummy pizza I got in here. Man, it looks a little soggy. Man, this food is so soggy. I wish it wasn't soggy. What is this?
Introducing Absorb Fresh. Absorb Fresh is a super absorbent polymer packet that you can put inside your food containers to keep it fresh all day.
How does this work?
Food deliveries like Chick-fil-A, Wingstop, and Raising Cane's have sogginess in their food. Putting the absorbent on top of your delivery bag instantly makes your food not soggy. Absorb Fresh caters to people who get their food delivered, people who bring lunch to school, and office workers.
To make one unit, it will be 27 cents, and we'll be selling it for $10 per 10 packs.
Fresh with Absorb Fresh.
Is she okay? Doesn't look like it. Should we go help her? Probably. Hey, are you okay?
No, I'm so stressed out and there's so much going on.
Well, we were actually just talking about this app that can help you plan.
Really? How does it work?
This is Plan Perfect, targeting high school and college students and relieving the stress of having to plan out your busy schedule by automatically organizing your daily activities based on your preferences.
The calendar embedded into the app connects to your schedule that you created, and for the low price of $2.99, Plan Perfect can plan out your day to help improve your personal responsibility and time management skills.
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. Wait, it worked.
Help us help you and invest in Team Plan Perfect.
Don't y'all hate it when sand gets in your car?
We're Team Sandy Sack, and we strive to solve the problem of sand getting on your car seats, on your car floors, and your beach bags being ruined with sand. Okay, so after your beach day, what you have to do is you can shake off the sand. If there's still sand left,
left on your towel, you can put it into the vest pocket, or you can put it back into the regular part where it came from. And then you take your toys, put it in the bag, give it some shakes, and your toys.
The Sandy Sack is made of a machine washable microfiber towel with a durable strap and durable large mesh pocket.
We are targeting families in coastal areas just like you, and we are hoping to sell in Target, Amazon, and local beach shops.
For the people in the audience, we're asking you guys to help us help you have the best summer yet and allow us to make waves in the market and leave our competitors in the sand. Thank you, and invest in Team Sandy Sack.
Tennis players commonly lose tennis balls, hit cars, and damage the environment due to balls getting hit over the fence. That's where we come in. Our product is Tennis Guard, an innovative solution to a silent pain. Our product is designed to stop tennis balls from flying over fences, damaging grass, and hitting parked cars, promoting a safer and more environmentally friendly playing area. Our team member, Jason, will shortly demonstrate the problem at hand. As you can see, Jason was able to hit the ball over the fence while practicing a forehead slice. Tennis Guard is marketed towards recreation centers and public schools, and it will be sold to them for $2,500, which provides coverage for a full 6-court enclosure. You can reach us at tennisguard2026@gmail.com for any questions or concerns.
What's up? We're Team Grip and Go. Now let's take it back to the beginning.
At the beginning of sophomore year in the EBA, we entered Incubator, where we did several different team bonding activities with different people in our class to figure out who we have the best team dynamic with.
Now you're probably wondering, what is Grip and Go? Grip and Go is a simple way to make gripping and re-gripping your sports equipment fast, easy, and perfect the first time by using a roll-on application.
As you can see, we've come a long way with our prototyping journey. We used to use a material called Plasti-Dip, and then we switched to a material called Smooth-On, which you can see here.
Which brought us to these grips that we ended up using on the Pitch Night stage. This is the stage that we won Pitch Night on! Dude, we're up next. I'm so nervous.
No, I do not want to go out there.
How did we forget what to say?
I'm so scared.
I literally hope we get funded so bad. Like, I don't know what to do.
Fingers crossed.
Pitch Night presentations consisted of cost of goods sold, revenue projections, and areas to expand / marketing strategies.
You'll also see prototyping journeys and the next strategies for these businesses.
As you saw, our journey to Pitch Night required hard work, dedication, and perseverance. It was not easy. When we got funded, we were super excited to give this business another year of hard work. We entered the Accelerator EDU class, where we used classwork to work through our product production, business process, and customer acquisition.
Throughout the program, we have worked with so many outside mentors and resources, such as our mentor Mike Bayrott, patent attorneys, marketing advisors, financial advisors, and more. We're so thankful for the EBA for providing us these valuable connections that we will use for the rest of our lives.
We have seen how hard the incubator teams have been working and love that they are experiencing this process, just like we did. We can't wait to see them all accomplish what they all accomplished throughout their junior year as well. Stay tuned for what Grip and Go has to accomplish in their senior year. Now, aren't you excited to see who gets funded this year?
Just traveling the world, trying different drugs and girls. Flying places we never been. You know? That's what it's all about, though. Yeah, man, that's the road. Gang over everything.
Our teams came up with some incredible business this year, and that was a great look back at a former incubator team. Let's give them a round of applause all around, y'all. That was incredible. Now, this program would not have been possible without the support of so many local entrepreneurs who worked with our students. We would like to recognize those supporters this evening and ask those in attendance to stand to be recognized for their work with teams this year. Please hold your applause until all names have been recognized for that category. First up, we have our incredible mentors. Elizabeth Henson, mentor of Beach Bomb and Refresh. Mike Bayrott, mentor of Grip and Go. Brian Bartko, mentor of Cleat Skins and Blissway. Ivory Bivens, mentor of Skate Straps. Aaron Heffelfinger, mentor of Patch and Play. Sarah Kellum, mentor of Sensit. Tracy Stern, mentor of Tennis Guard, Fold and Go, and Tape Up. Nicole Newsom, mentor of Sheet Class. Jonathan Laverty, mentor of True Heat. Angie McPherson, mentor of Sheet Snap. Julian Rivera, mentor of Surf Stash. Jeff Werby, mentor of Leftover Lock. Madeline Filio and Robert Gay, mentor of Tennis Guard, Fold and Go, and Tape Up. Eric Pinzon, mentor of EC Fold. Steve Maribel, mentor of Sandy Sack. Chelsea Tapando, mentor of Plan Perfect. Kendall Lawson, mentor of Absorb Fresh. Jason Barnes, mentor of Crystal Clear. Izzy Montoya, mentor of Gripsol. Lisa DeNoya, mentor of Sunny Soul. And Vicky Renzulli, mentor of Spotless. Let's give them all an incredible round of applause, y'all. They do so much good work. Next is our incredible coaches of Incubator. And again, hold your applause and stand in attendance if you are here. Chick Thompson, coach of Ideation. Sharon Scannell, coach of Value Proposition. Mike Bayrott, coach of Pricing. Steve Waddell, coach of Valuepreneurship. And Joel and Jennifer Acne, coach of Legal. Let's give them a round of applause too, y'all. We would also like to shout out to fabulous ladies who have served multitude of roles, such as mentor, coach, and were our incredible judges tonight for the elevator pitches and table displays. Let's give a huge round of applause for Amber Hamilton and Sarah Brown. Good on y'all. Finally, we have our wonderful board of advisors. Chris Makut, Heather Sterling, Mike Zeiders, Marty Kozabowski, Kate Meechin, Sharon Scannell, Saul Ortiz, Mike Bayrott, Phil Russo, Season Roberts, and Howard Henson. Let's give a round of applause, y'all. So at this time, if you were one of the members of the stage teams tonight, please come around the back so we can take a group photo, and we will continue with that in a moment. So let's get them back here, and then we'll take a group photo. Thank you all. We'll be back in a sec. you saw right there, that would not have been possible without our amazing community members who have assisted all of our Ink and Excel programs. And we're always on the lookout for more business leaders to work with our students in various ways, such as masterclass presenters, Ink and Excel volunteers, and even hosting a senior intern. So please reach out to Megan Timlin or Ashley Houchins, or check out the Ways to Get Involved flyer on our website for more details. Lastly, this night would not have been possible without the generous support of Bruce Thompson and the fellow judges this evening. Let's give another round of applause, y'all. They were fantastic. We now would like to show a video that perfectly encapsulates the overall EBA, Incubator EDU, and Accelerator EDU programs. Enjoy.
We don't have the video. Because we get on the video back there. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. The video for there's a playground video. Is there not a video still back there? Maybe play that one. What does it look like?
The Entrepreneurship and Business Academy at Kempsville High School provides a very unique opportunity to students who select the E&I strand. This cutting-edge entrepreneurship curriculum allows students to experience business development firsthand. Students begin the year by learning about the Lean Startup method in the business model canvas. They then form teams and begin brainstorming ideas that they themselves are passionate about solving. For forming teams, students then pitch their business ideas to 16 mentors where they will be matched up with a local entrepreneur who has a similar goal in mind. Mentors have played a very significant role in the development of business over the years. When asked, many people will say that without our mentor, we would be nowhere today. Students then get to work, pitching at various points throughout the year, especially at their major pitch where they conduct their MVP or minimum viable product testing plan. They will then ask the Board of Advisors for funding money to create and test a prototype. Finally, the course comes to an end with the main event, Pitch Night. This is where the top teams take the main stage to present their business ideas in hopes of real seed funding money.
All right, we are ready to hand out some awards. So, my name is Miss Houchins. I am the teacher of the incubator class of these fabulous students up here. Fun job. So before the on-stage presentation started, as you saw in the hallway, we had students who were doing table displays. Some of them were competing in elevator pitches, the teams who didn't do the on-stage pitch. So I would like to give out those awards first. So our best elevator pitch award is to Team Elevated, who is in the audience. If they could come on down. Team Elevated. They should be in the audience. Here they come. Taylor and Mo. Miss Timlin, would you hand that to Taylor and Mo who are coming down? The next award is for best table display, and that is to Team Sandy Sack. Congratulations, Team Sandy Sack. No, they're all behind me. And your Audience Choice Award goes to She Class. Over here for a photo. And I will turn it over to Mr. Thompson for the checks.
So I kind of get the feeling like at The Voice when they're down to the last two, somebody's got to go forward and somebody doesn't. And it's just a terrifically stressful situation. Well, I can tell you the judges, because we're working with a finite amount of money. Well, not really. I say put in whatever else. But I said the judges are sitting over there just stressing, going, these kids are so compelling. In every single, think about this, a sophomore in high school wants to be an entrepreneur, 600 or over 600, 700 apply, 120 get in. They're working their way to get here to Pitch Night. They come in as novices in the entrepreneurial world and have the confidence to be able to stand up in front of an audience like this, titans of industry, and be able to give their pitch so confidently and so well prepared. First and foremost, to each and every one of those teams, you guys are just awesome. So impressive. Really, bravo. To our judges, several of which have come back year after year. Last year, you may remember the governor was, a year before the governor, we had the Secretary of Commerce, and next year the First Lady says she wants to come. We've taken one of the students that did really well, the hair braiding thing, and she came to the State of the Commonwealth address as the governor's guest. That's how much people believe in what's happening here at Kempsville High School and the Entrepreneurship and Business School. I can tell you, I am extremely proud to have had the opportunity to be involved from the beginning with the school all the way up to today, and my commitment goes on and on, because what they do here, building the confidence in these young entrepreneurs that they can come up with an idea, people will pay attention, they can put it into an audience, and they can actually see these things culminate in a night like tonight, where they're going to learn a lot from it regardless of what happens tonight, and have the opportunity to be able to continue whatever they take today back into the market. I also need to say, it's just amazing to me when I see the transformation of these students from the time they arrive in the fall up until today. And if you all you have to give a huge round of applause to Megan Timlin and Ashley Hutchinson for shepherding these students all the way through today. Words, concepts, ideas, and the opportunity to present in a manner that they present is all because of the fostering that they've had from those two teachers, and then they can take their ideas and put it into a program. Once again, for Mrs. Timlin and Ms. Hutchinson, give them a big hand, please. Okay, there's absolutely no losers, but there are two teams that are going to need to pivot and that need to think about it. We are not leaving them. They're going to be supported and continue to support, but their concepts we felt needed further work. Their competition or their idea, while great, just needed further refinement. And we're not prepared to fund them tonight, but that doesn't mean that over the next year, if they continue on, that they can't come back to us and we can assist them with some funding. First, True Heat is a great idea, but we felt as though the competition in that space was tough. The price point was too high, and the idea that cost, that a student or some young person would go out and pay that amount of money as opposed to maybe getting a heater to go in their hands. We believe that it's a good idea. It's something that will work, but we're asking them to go back and pivot and try and figure out how to get cost, how to compete with Nike, and how to create another prototype that we can bring forward and take another evaluation with it. You're going to have to pivot there. Patch and Play, we really, really liked the idea, and their presentation was absolutely excellent. But the panel, the judges felt like a couple of things. One, there wasn't enough a conversation about clinical efficacy. In other words, will this really be acceptable in the marketplace? Will people really feel like it's safe? The other aspect they said is that the branding needed to be refined, that there were a number of different ways to brand Patch and Play to make it. And lastly, really there was, we're not sure that there is proof of concept. In other words, they haven't had a chance to get it out to the market other than surveys, have somebody use it, and be able to attest to the fact that it actually is working. Someone that, besides the students that are creating it, the program, but people that are athletes that are actually using it, and that they have some third-party validation to it. We think it's a great idea. We thought it was an extremely good presentation, and we would like to see them continue with it, but they need to work through those concepts. So let's give a lot of encouragement and a big hand to True Heat and to Patch and Play. And guys, we haven't left you. We haven't left you. It's not over, so we're going to continue to work and help you get to the next stage. Then there was two that we felt were great concepts, but we felt as though the prototype needed a lot of work. So what we're going to do, first of all, is with Sensei, we happen to really like the idea. We like it on a lot of different levels, and I don't need to repeat what I said earlier, but the judges and all felt like we really need to see the prototype. They can't actually estimate the amount of money that it's going to take or the experience that someone's going to really have until they actually get the prototype done. So what we'd like to do for Sensei is we'd like to fund them $3,000 so that they can go forward and get their prototype, then come back and visit us for that. Oh yeah, that's right. That was Sensei, and then, oh yes, what is it, Sensei? Our suntan creation, we thought, was absolutely compelling, and from the standpoint that you could find a container that you could apply. All the judges have had experiences with trying to put suntan lotion on grandkids and kids. One of the judges, Drew, really feels that it's compelling that there's reusable, that we can get it out of the plastics. A couple of the other judges talked about, because I was concerned about how they might fill the container, thinking that you would take that, but there's bulk sunscreen that you can buy to fill the container. And the judges felt as though that based upon that the roller may be small, that we need to figure out how to take that prototype and perfect it a little more to be able to move it to the next level, to accurately assess what it's going to cost to be able to bring the product to market. So with that being said, we're going to award the team the $3,000 again to finish the prototype and bring it forward, and then we can advance them to the next level. We expect to see Sunny Soul all over everywhere. We just need to work on a couple of those refinements. Our next award will go to AquaSeal. AquaSeal, we felt as though, was an extremely unique idea. If what we heard is correct, which we have every reason to believe, it's unique, it's first to market, it's exceptional from the standpoint that if it's truly not out there, it does fill a need that maybe all the coolest kids wouldn't want, but anybody that's got anything, a watch or jewelry or a cell phone or something like that could put it. We thought it was just an incredibly good idea. We do have concern over some of the labor costs that they suggest for producing the device, and there were other concerns with respect to maybe some refinements on the prototype. But we felt as though that it's darn close to being ready to go, so we would like to award for them to be able to continue their quest, the $5,000 for them to finish for them to finish their design and get it all together, but with emphasis on, because we've had a problem in the past with somebody taking advantage of the opportunities that may be there. So we want them to focus on the patent and finishing their prototype, and when they complete that, we will award the other $5,000 and give them full funding. What? I'm sorry. Oh, yep.
Okay.
We love skate strap. We think it is a very, very cool idea, but once again, we think that the prototype needs to be tweaked a little bit, but we think that they're ready to go. We'd like to see them tweak the prototype, and in particular, the cost structure that they have, to make sure that they really have evaluated the cost structure. We are going to award them $5,000 to finish their prototype and work on their cost structure and do the rest of the work. So the skate strap. And unfortunately, that's all we have. Well, the one thing that, great minds think alike, I guess. Well, we happen to agree with the audience assessment as to the team that came to the presentation tonight that was best prepared to be able to move forward with the concept. Their prototype was great. Their presentation was great. Their assessment as to cost was great. So therefore, we're going to agree with you and fully fund sheet class as our pitch night winner. Give them a big hand one more time. Congratulations, girls. One more time, a big hand for all the teams. On behalf of myself and all the judges, to all the parents that are here tonight, thank you for allowing your children to be able to come to the Entrepreneurship and Business Academy. I think this is going to be a great experience for you and your family, and we look forward to seeing you again next year, same time, same place.